All right, here's some house rules. If you use my footage, you must acknowledge where you got the footage from. You must acknowledge where you got the footage from. Please hit the like button, like and subscribe. Once again, if you're a content creator and you're gonna use my content, at least acknowledge where you got the content from. It's only fair, it's only being considerate.
We're going?
That's not fair. Of course it is. They don't want to hear what the residents have to say. Why would they? I got here at 4:40, before 4:40, and why would everybody else upstairs
Let me know if you guys can hear me in the chat. So again, shout out to Reality Check TV for the stream. We'll go. I think this has a lot of people here, so this is going to be. I already think there's going to be kind of a crazy meeting. It's going to be a crazy meeting. So, for the most part, I'm gonna just let it play out. I'll be in the chat. After everything is done here, we'll get into it. It's low right now because I'm talking, but I'm gonna just chill for the most part. And then when we're all done, we'll kind of react to it and see what we want to talk about. So, let me turn back the volume.
Like and subscribe. Once again, if you're a content creator, you're gonna use my footage, please acknowledge where you got the footage from. That's all I'm asking. I don't want to strike nobody's channel.
People saying that they're going between your stream and my stream.
Thank you. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. Josh was the guy who knew all of this, trying to figure it out.
Is there a camera like that would go live on YouTube? Stream live?
I don't know. Yeah, people have asked me why I don't do that. It's because I don't know how.
You got to go back to that.
Yeah. So I figure if you guys are here doing the live stuff,
Right.
I'll play clean up batter or something.
I've been getting better numbers just like recording and editing and putting the videos
What kind of editing?
up. Like I just record, not live stream. Just edit.
Appreciate everybody checking in. Please hit that like button. Somebody put my cash app in the chat as $$ DJ Rico 113. Cash app is $DJ Rico 113. If you got Zelle, Use my email, ricohud, ricohud, at gmail.com. That's ricohud@gmail.com. ricohud @gmail.com. If you got Zelle. Something in hiding why they got it like this. Be here early, or we got here early, and now. What's up, Paul? Hello. All right.
You heard the plan? A couple of us were furious, thinking this was going to be a repeat of they put jobs in downstairs in February. And we had a 4-minute meeting upstairs.
So since they're still getting everything together before the super mayor shows up, I just want to explain some of the stuff that's happening right now. So Tiffany here dropped an email to a lot of the seniors, basically saying that the trustees are trying to stop their big bingo, a lot of the things that a lot of the seniors look forward to. So and they told them to show up really early, so they can tell the trustees about it, as the trustees are trying to do some, I guess, budget cuts. So a lot of this is political, but that's why there's probably so many people. And obviously what's going on with Dalton, but she dropped the email telling everyone to show up and let everyone know how much you want these programs, because they're going to try to take them away. So I guess I don't know if that's the main part of this meeting, but that's one of the, I guess, the things they're going to be arguing about.
It was when they came to
All right, y'all. Come on, hit that like button. You got 1,000 people in the building. I see you choose compassion.
And she wonders why.
Got Martin B, Tommy Mason in the building, Cynthia M in the building.
I was the fourth person here today, and I have not been permitted to go into
Got Avis in the building.
because they are.
J. Bar Ellis in the building. Jelly K in the building.
And I am not permitted as a citizen to go into the meeting. Beth McBride. C.
You got YM G in the building. You got Lotus in the building.
Yes, I was.
All right, since they're still doing something, let me show you guys something really quick before they start. Really fast. Hopefully I can get this done before she shows up. So a lot of taxpayer money is being spent on all these gifts that the super mayor provides during these events. So if you guys check it out right here, Edgar County folks, the watchdogs, they FOIA'd a lot of the accounting, everything that's being spent on all these free things. So these taxpayer fund giveaways. So there's, actually I'll show you exactly how much money they're spending on all these things here. Let me check, where is it? Where is it? Is it over here? Hey, why is it not showing? Damn it. Well, let's say men's t-shirts, $10,000 in gift cards, $10,000 on a lot of these things, $40,000 given away on bingo events, Roku, Vizio TVs, ranging between 50, 55, and 65-inch versions of this stuff. Let me see if I can actually show you the other image. Give me a second. I know I'm all over the place. Sorry about that. All right, cool. For some reason it didn't show. Oh, they clicked off again? What am I doing? I just had it. Hold on a second. I'm sorry, guys. All right, where'd it go? Hold on, let me try it one more time. One more time. Sorry about that. I just want to show you guys. Oh, no, it's not showing. All right, never mind. But I guess I could read off to you guys. And let me know when they start talking so I can shut up. So yeah, so $10,000 in gift cards. A Christmas event costs more than $10,000. $40,000 given away at the bingo events. $1,200 in worth of luggage from Macy's. $47,000 in gas to private vehicles for the Hayward well-advertised gas giveaway. So thousands of dollars are being used, obviously politically, to get people to care about her. And I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, but she is using a lot of these funds for it. Please, 16-2, if you have, you can email me that. We could watch that because it looks like it's still waiting for everything to kind of start. And so she's using, so it looks like to me, she used these taxpayer funds for election services or, to campaign, keep people really, really happy. You're giving away free things to make, so you continue having this really lucrative job that she has. For some reason, I can't show this other image. For some reason, it's not popping up. Well, I would like to show you guys this. Okay. All right, so it still hasn't started yet, so don't worry about it. Just want to show you this real fast. Still learning how to use this, actually. All right. So yeah. So this is FOIA. This is been received from the Edgar County Watchdogs of between last year and this year. Hayward has spent a lot of taxpayer money for all of these items. And right here at the bottom, nothing in the Township Code authorized any of this frivolous, unauthorized gifting of taxpayer funds. So, I think, are we starting? Hold on a second. Let me see if they're starting.
You want to see a group of people? That's how it should be. That's how it should be. And you say you've been doing this for 20 years? 14 plus. Okay. You say 20 years. Hey, man, that's a milestone. You know, brother, I'm 53. I don't know how we for you to be consistent in this type of thing, politics, knowing the front and the back, yes, and being in it and then out of it. How'd you know? I just overheard speaking to somebody, and then I've seen a lot of different times. That's Carmen. It didn't come in. Okay. I'm running for the whole Township. Okay. You need to get that seat. I'll definitely endorse you. Yes, sir. Yeah. Hey, I'm here. I don't have no card on it right now.
Yeah, clickbait.
Appreciate you calling, Albert. That's Clark in the building. Critical smoker. It's all good.
If I was shaved up, I would jump in front of the camera and say hi.
You got hiring in the building. I already know what it is.
So we're still waiting. As we are waiting, we'll, I guess, do a little recap of what's going on so far. For the Lacey situation, it's really a fight between, I guess, the village administrator, Keith Freeman, and Haynard. The village administrator has fired the chief. But the problem is, Haynard said, I fired Keith Freeman. So until something comes down the pike as law, like some kind of authority that figures this stuff out, it seems like it's a bit of an impasse. So basically what Lacey is still have access to the things that he would need to access for to be a police officer. And he's still riding around in his vehicle, the vehicle that is given to law enforcement. And the trustees it's like everything is at an impasse at this point. And something needs to happen from up top. Something. I think it's, but yes, I agree with some of the sentiment about being a potentially dangerous situation. So something needs to be resolved quickly with that situation, with Haynard, and I guess Lacey. What's going on with Lacey? Him continuing to be a chief of police. It's a problem. Huge problem. So hopefully that gets resolved sooner than later. I don't know if you guys saw my last video, kind of breaking down that lawsuit that he, well, at least when he filed for bankruptcy, he was supposed to pay the $88,000 that he scammed out of that woman a couple of years ago. And the fact that he's making so much money, he still couldn't pay off that debt. And it's outrageous. And he's getting sued because of the overtime that he was not supposed to have. Because, and at least in this situation, him being a salary employee, he's not eligible to receive overtime. and he received six-figure amounts, which he could have used to pay off the woman that he scammed a couple of years ago. But that's where we are. Sergio, Lacey doesn't attend these meetings. Maybe he may have been in one meeting a long time ago. But usually this is, Dalton, this is a different situation. So I see Chris Gonzalez there. I think I see, is that Carlisle all the way down in the corner to the left? I think so. See a little bit of everybody. See some of the usuals. Ramio, why is the state not stepping in? So let me. This is my view on it, especially with the DNC here, and you have the Attorney General, and you have the governor, all these powerful people, and they're not even mentioning Dalton, which I think is embarrassing. I think they are purposely neglecting to talk about the situation, and I think it's political because it's Democrats. I know most of you guys in here are probably Democrats, but think about it. If this was a Republican politician doing what she is doing, they would talk about it. And also there's ties connecting lawyers, House of Speakers, a lot of people to the Attorney General Kwame Raoul. So they do not want to mention it. The only thing they want to mention, or I think the one caveat I think they threw out there was the comptroller cutting off the offset funds. I think if they had been forced to talk about it, they'll say and Bruce Wayne just kind of said it, it's an FBI investigation. We can't talk about it, let them do it. But we got the state comptroller to cut off the offset funds. I mean, they'll say that's what we got. That's what we got for you. You gotta wait for the FBI. Which is interesting because I do believe, and I'm not sure, so if it's someone who is knowledgeable about Harvey, is Harvey dealing with the same situation, not filling out and sending out the appropriate paperwork to the comptroller? If someone knows that, and you either email me or send that to my in the chat, I would like to know, because I saw someone mention that Harvey is dealing with the same situation.
Hold up.
Don't even try.
Okay, extreme. That's not me. I didn't do anything.
I got 27 minutes.
Oh, and another thing real quick about Democrats and playing for teams. The DMC, they want full positive. The Democrats are going to beat Trump. They're not going to mention anything that will distract them from that. They don't think, as much as Dalton is a national story, you can see even an international story, they're not going to mention anyone that's on that side doing something wrong or even being accused of something wrong. They're going to say FBI investigation. We're going to move on, talk about how great Kamala is going to be and all that type of stuff. They're not going to mention it. And that kind of politics, which doesn't matter what side you're on, hurts the people who are dealing with this nonsense. I think it would be appreciative if JB Pisker mentioned like these are some really disturbing allegations we're dealing with, and that it's really bad, and we need to get to the bottom of this. Even Kwame Raoul to say something other than nothing. JB Prisker said something basically along the lines of, "Well, it's under investigation, and we'll assist," but he didn't sound very confident when he answered that question. That was a couple of months ago. I think I did a video on it. I think it went on mute. I missed one of the comments saying it's not a national story. I don't know. If you check multiple news stories or news stations for across the country talking about this story. So I would say it is a national story. But what do you guys think?
But like I said, about time, except cancel.
Can she ever start on time here? Can she ever start on time? She told the seniors to show up at 5:30 Central. So if they followed what she said, they are been sitting there for 2 hours. This is, I mean, it's more of the same here, but it is Tuesday. People have to go to sleep. No, people got things to do. I know it's 6:17 over there, but just taking forever and forever. Yeah, I agree. Very unprofessional. But that's Tiffany Hayer's style. She wants to come in late and kind of jump in, and the nonsense starts. Oh, I forgot to put this link. I'm doing 10,000 things at once. If mods, if you have Cara Wilson's petition, she has a petition to rename the ice rink after her daughter, Alexis. If you have that, let me know. I could put it in and maybe pin it to the chat. Actually, let me try. Maybe I could try to find it.
Appreciate you, M. Stewart. Got DP all the way from Canada in the building. S. Clark. Tommy T. See you, bro. He's a sniper over there.
Can anyone explain what just happened? Why did she come in and out? Help me out. I have no idea what. I don't know what's going on. Where's the meeting? Is it happening here or somewhere else? Can anything work properly here? Like.
Let's go. Go on board. Let's go.
Thank you, Conscious.
Good question. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. She came out, I saw people cheering, and then she walked off. I have no idea. No idea. So I'm confused too. The meeting was supposed to happen by her standards 2 hours ago. Even by what they said a couple of days ago, it should have been done an hour ago. So I don't know what's happening. Okay, so according to you guys in the chat, she told them to go upstairs. But the meeting is down here because there's a lot of people and it makes sense to have it where all the people are already sitting. So what are we doing? This is this is sad. This is ridiculous. Come on. All the people are right here. Like, what's happening? I mean, put it where everyone is. Everyone is right here. Doesn't make any sense. So what's the chances of this meeting not even happening? Is everyone just gonna go upstairs now? I mean, I believe I agree. It's a standoff, or everyone's gonna go upstairs and redo this, or like what is going on? What would you guys do in the chat if you were in this situation and you had someone, a politician you may not agree with, and you're in this meeting and they say, "Well, we're not doing it. You got to go up the stairs." Are you staying where you are? Or are you gonna go up the stairs or downstairs, wherever it is? I'm not there. I have no idea. Lacey's not there. He don't say clear the room. Sure.
Subscribe to y'all. Y'all do a great job. Appreciate you, man. You click the smoke, right? Check TV, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe. 2025.
What's your name? You gotta come over here.
I guess are some people actually going up the stairs? Like some people are going upstairs. So it looks like I'm looking at a few people. I'm wondering what. I feel hoodwinked, but So the quorum is downstairs because that's where the trustees are, but Hayner and all her people are upstairs. So we are at an impasse, and downstairs is larger. Thank you. Which makes sense because a lot of people, I saw that they brought a lot of chairs there. This is just ridiculous. Unfortunately, I don't control the cameras. It's a reality TV check and the Lansing Journal. So it's really up to them and what they want to do. If they're going to go upstairs, or they're going to stay right here, or this is going to go back and forth. So I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen. If I was it's interesting. If I'm a resident, I don't move. If I'm media, I would probably go upstairs. There's a difference between being in media and you're trying to get the story, other than being a resident of the area where your tax dollars are being used. So that's just that'll be my, I guess, look at it.
All right. That's right.
This is a power move, right? This is a power move from the supervisor. Like, you will go and start the meeting where I tell you. Y'all need to go upstairs. Go upstairs and do what I say. And if I'm a resident, I'm not too thrilled about that. But if I'm media, well, you gotta get the story, right? So I don't know. But PD, maybe I definitely need to get someone up there next time, right? But Reality TV Check Chicago has been doing some fantastic work. He's been in every meeting, many meetings when there were only like 15 people, 10 people, and he shows up. But so I'm not sure what his mind and what he's gonna do, but I don't know. If you're a trustee, do you stay put? Do you go upstairs? Yeah. Succeeding 2 says, if the meeting is starting, I will go where the meeting is. Yeah. It's like a mix of pride, ego, but like, understanding what's going on. And I guess they're looking at the cameras up there. Oh, good shot. The meeting has started, so I don't know. We gotta figure out something. Maybe there's another streamer upstairs. Let me check my phone.
I want to tell everybody.
I'm trying to look to see if there's any streamer going upstairs. I don't see anything right now. I know it seems like people in chat going back and forth. Some people are saying go upstairs. Some people are saying stand your ground. Terrence with the $5 super chat, appreciate you. Why aren't the trustees addressing the constituents? Good question. That probably should happen very, very soon. Like I said, there's no quorum upstairs. The trustees are down here. She's upstairs, and she's playing games. This is a power game. This is a power move right here. Oh yeah, Jason. I should have had that. Come on, guys. Yeah.
No, if you need
That's the question. And if I'm not sure, then that golf will declare it. I'm looking at definitely in the stores to try to get some security. Stephanie stopped us. She thinks the trustee will figure out where to start. These three.
This is definitely a secret. This is definitely a secret squirrel meeting. If nothing, no one goes upstairs. I'm gonna keep looking. If Ahmad, if you do see another stream of someone upstairs, let me know. We can always move on to the next one.
I'm gonna work for 5:15, like 3:35, 4:25, and then 7:25. Just take pictures of your art. But I do video. Nobody. My straw. It's just one of those things where it's, on practice. But yeah, a lot of what I do is
That's upstairs? Hold on, let me see. If that's upstairs, let me check. Let me see.
But they're big.
Okay, hold on a second, guys. Let me add this window here. Try to get this bigger. Trying to do like 15 things at once. Okay. So this is upstairs. Okay. Once I figure out how to expand this. So what are we doing here? But now that's the same thing. So I don't know. They're going back and forth. I'm not sure. I'm confused. If it's something different, and I'm put that's a burgundy come to me. I thought it looked different when I saw it. Actually, I'm talking, you can barely hear me. Paul Roberts says security refuses any of the public or press to ask questions of the clerk or the administrators upstairs. Well, that's great. That's great. This makes a lot of sense right now. The question is, how long does this charade continue to happen? How long do we continue to do this? We all, especially people who are there at this point, some of you guys that are there, been there maybe an hour, 2 hours. So what's the next move here? Succeeding in 2 says Tiffany did this trick before, different location. How'd that turn out? Let me know. All right, I see another. I see Jedi Brown has this section. Let me see what it is. I mean, we want to see what's going on both upstairs and downstairs. So let's figure it out, shall we? Appreciate you guys for coming through as well. Please hit like, subscribe, all that good stuff. All that good stuff. Oh, I'm sitting here talking mad loud. Okay. So this is upstairs. You already know what the downstairs looks like, so let's cut that part out. Yeah. So this is upstairs right now. Oh, sorry. This is upstairs. Oh no, I'm messing up. I'm messing everything up. It's too much going on. Too much is going on. All right, let's get rid of the bingo card right now because nothing's happening. Nothing happening. There's no bingo happening here. Let's make this at least aesthetically pleasing. All right, so this is where we are, people. On the left is where the mayor is, and the right is where everyone else is. Cali Connected 499. Tiff does a concert, no one shows. Town meeting is packed. That's pretty true. Hold on a second. Who's playing The audio is coming from the left right now. Oh, same room? Okay, cool. Gotcha. Oh, the different side. Gotcha. Nah, sorry. I'm sitting there looking at different angles. I thought someone was downstairs. Someone downstairs. Sorry, I'm a dummy. Oh, you guys probably couldn't hear me. My fault. I'm sitting there just trying to figure out another different angle, a different direction, and obviously a different part of the room. I'm a dummy. Chalk that on me. Critical smoker has to. Let's see. Oh, sorry about that. Give me a second. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to figure out wherever the meeting is, we'll go check it. It looks like there's no meeting that's happening right now, so. Okay, then we can look at this for a second.
All my life, I thought.
This is the full screen. Okay. So this is two different rooms, correct? Oh, so this is two different rooms, correct? Just let you know, not sure. Looks like it. This is Critical Smoker. Please put a link to his channel. Yeah, so the one on the left is the other room. Oh yeah, 'cause I see Robert Hunt. I see. Are they going downstairs? Maybe they're coming downstairs. Let's see. Okay, cool. They're coming down. All right, let's. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let me double check. Oh no, that's not it. Is that it? Oh, then he went back to the other one. Okay. All right. I guess that situation has been taken care of or something. But definitely much appreciation to all of the content creators who are down there recording everything. Without them, we wouldn't have it. So shout out to everyone. We've been here for an hour. Nothing's happened yet. Just saying.
More stuff.
No, it wasn't. I didn't talk to him. I didn't talk to him at the general son office.
New York City in the house. Potato Gaming in the house. Automatics.
There really is. Oh, channel 9. That's actually nine. No, that's channel 9.
So yeah, I'll put the card back up when the meeting actually starts and junk. Like then we'll kind of come back to it. This is going to be a long evening, so appreciate you guys for hanging out. If this is the start, I'm sorry, it's going to get worse than this. I mean, I think we all have seen a number of these meetings and how it goes, but this is where it's going to go already in different directions, especially if she is forced to not do what she wants to do and go downstairs or go to the room where most people are here. It's going to be a problem. She's going to have an attitude about everything.
You need me to slide over some more? Just a
I mean, posts don't help, but
You sure?
you asked about sound. I do have a microphone that I can use on my iPhone.
Oh, okay. This remote or it's got a cord?
Comes with this little.
All right, still waiting. I just realized I just passed 73,000 subscribers. So thank you very much, everyone who subscribes and check out the channel, the live streams, the content, all the videos, interviews, all that type of thing. Appreciate you guys for getting me to 73,000 subscribers. Much love. Amazing. Never thought it would get to that point here, but we're here. We're all sitting here over an hour and 5 minutes. Nothing has happened yet. But we're all here together. So please hit the like if you like this content. Obviously, subscribe. There's a lot going on in the last 2 weeks with the saga of Tiffany Hayward, Dalton, that Township, all that type of stuff.
Now, I do have a road. It's about that long. And it goes right in, but I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting. And then I bought one of those big tripods. I was on my way. It's just sitting in the corner collecting dust. I need to sell it.
The more you get, the more you remember.
Yeah. I got the Nikon D5000. It's nice. They don't flip out to the side like they flip down. I'm looking for one that I can actually go live. That way I don't have to edit.
Keep rolling peacefully. Rolling peacefully. You must remain civilized. Fair enough? Fair enough. Fair enough. Any profanity, bad language, disrespectful, will not be tolerated. All right?
I hope they put the mics out. Okay, the mics are there. Okay, we're good, guys. I was getting a little concerned because with no mics, we're not going to be able to hear anything. All right, hopefully it starts soon. People have stuff to do, right? I'm sure you guys have stuff to do. All right, here we go.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming out this evening. There's a lot to discuss as it relates to Thornton Township. First and foremost, I just want to set some rules. Those that have not been here at the last town hall meeting, it was really hostile. There was a lot of issues going on. So today we will not be allowing any of that to happen. So if anything gets out of order, I will cancel the meeting and everybody will be removed from the meeting. Your job is to have a decent meeting where you hear us and understand what's going on here at Thornton Township. So all of your outbursts, if you can keep that to yourself, you will have time to address this body. You have to sign in to speak. You will get 3 minutes to speak to this board. But I just want to make sure we're clear on the rules. So nobody can say, hey, you didn't give us rules. We have an ordinance that says you cannot disrupt a meeting. We are here to handle business and not allow the business to handle us. So we can allow everybody to leave in a decent time and order. So I just want to make that announcement so we're crystal clear on the rules. First, I would like to call to order, and Also, back up a little bit. That's the reason why we have it in our actual board meeting, which is located upstairs. Every time we have a town hall meeting, we have a meeting upstairs, and the overflow is downstairs in the floor level. Unfortunately, the board of trustees didn't want to come upstairs because obviously people have plans to disrupt the meeting. We're not here for that. We're not here for the show. We're not here for the clickbait. We're here to actually listen to the business at hand. So I'm just trying to let you know the whys and what is going on. I want everybody to be safe. I want everybody to get home to their loved one. I don't want anybody bickering and to one another. I don't want any of that. I want you to come the same way. I want you to leave the same way you came, in one piece. Because someone do love you and do care about you. So I just want to make sure that's crystal clear of what's going on this evening. And that's the reason for the disclaimer in the beginning of this meeting. All right, guys, so thank you so much for coming out.
Once again, if you're using my content,
I would like to
courteous
call
and
for
give me
the
respect.
Township Board meeting today is
And acknowledge
August
which
20th,
content is coming from.
2024. The time is 6:59 p.m. Please call the roll.
Trustee Jones? Trustee Gonzalez? Trustee Gray Everett? Trustee Carlisle? Supervisor Henry?
Next on the agenda, if everybody will stand for the pledge of allegiance. Next on the agenda is approval of minutes. Is there a motion to approve minutes of the board meeting held on July 16, 2024 at 6 p.m.? Is there a motion? Is there a second? Is there a motion and second? Any discussion? Call the roll.
Trustee Gray Everett? Trustee Carlisle? Trustee Gonzalez? Trustee Jones? Supervisor Henry?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is adoption of the 2024/2025 budget and appropriation ordinance 24-009 for Thornton Township Children's Assistance Fund. Is there a motion?
Yes, I would like to make a specific motion that we table old business.
All right, there is no such thing as super. There is no motion on the table. So if you just want to make a motion to table something, just make a motion to table the item. So table item A. Okay. All right, she got to be clear about what she wants to do. So you want to table both budgets? Is there a reason why you guys are tabling the budgets?
We're gonna send you a revised, copy of the budget, that we want to.
Okay, so for the record, guys, so you understand what's going on, we put together a budget. Is there a second? You said, is there a second? Okay, it's been motion and second. We put the budget on the table, since April. That's when everybody came to the town hall meeting and everybody was into one another, and the board of trustees chose not to basically vote for a budget. So your township is running without an actual budget. They had plenty of time to actually go over a budget, present a budget, and make sure that we had something to look at, whether it's something they want to take out, amend, adjust, fix, and they have not done so. So we put this on here, and they still don't have an idea of what they want to do or what they would like to change as it relates to a budget. So that is the reason for it being on here, because our job is to make sure we have an actual budget, which has never, ever not happened here at Thornton Township. Every single year, they have passed the budget since Frank Zuccarelli have been here, and since I've been here, we have had an actual budget. So right now, we're operating without the budget. So I'm asking the board of trustees to not kick the can down the road any longer, and to make sure that you actually do your job and actually produce a budget for the township so we can move forward with our day-to-day operation. So that is my ask. I've been asking that since April of this year, and it is now August, and we're going into September. So that's my message. All right, call her up.
If I may, unfortunately, there's a lot of things going on here that haven't happened before. And that's kind of to the heart of why we're passing it. As Trustee Carlisle said, we're going to put some finishing touches on our budget that we're going to propose. takes a little time. Unfortunately, this budget's a little bloated, so we're trying to get our cuts to where they need to be, we feel they need to be. So that will be coming soon.
Choose compassion. Thank you.
Word.
All right, trustee, as I stated, you had ample time to actually come up with actual budget. Grandstand for the people when you guys really not doing your job. You have time to actually cut stuff, change stuff, amend stuff, and actually give them a budget to look at and review so that now we will all get to discuss what you would like to change if you feel something is bloated, but you never gave an opinion of anything being wrong or if you want to adjust. So all this grandstanding, I'm just sick of it. I just want them to actually produce something and actually put it before us so we can actually talk as a board and amend as a board. But just saying things just because we had ample time to still change since April is not cool. So you guys have your wish as it relates to tabling it. When are you going to produce this again? Because tabling to when? We started kicking the can down the road. When are we going to discuss this? What's the date? Y'all tabling it to when? How y'all don't know when y'all on the table? While we at a meeting, we still don't know nothing. What do we got, guys? What do we have? What day do y'all want to table this agenda to, with this budget? What's the date? Because we're not gonna do that. We did that since April. You haven't gave us anything, so what's the date?
You'll be notified.
Okay, guys, we just told y'all gotta keep it down while we handle the business really quick. Do y'all have a date of when y'all wanna bring this back up? Trustee?
You'll be notified.
Trustee Jerry Jones, do you have a date of when you wanna talk about the budget? So nobody got no date, but everybody just tabling stuff. So how do we handle business if we just keep tabling things with no vision in the near future? Board, no date. All right, do y'all have a record once again, no vision, nothing that relates to tabling. And I just said that we constantly have to go through this and not have an actual budget. So that means that that's how y'all run y'all households, but we don't run our household that way. You gotta have a budget in place to know what you're going to spend, how you're going to spend, and right now, we're just out here. All right, call the roll.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Carlisle? Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Gray Everett? Did she say? Supervisor Henry?
Definitely not.
Motion passed to table item A and B.
Next on the agenda is approval of bills. Is there a motion to approve the general fund?
I would like to make a motion
Hold on, what'd you say, trustee? So moved. All right, is there a second? I guess I'll second it. It's been motion and second to approve the general fund bills. Any discussion?
I would like to make an amendment motion.
All right.
That we pay the bills removing the following invoices. Call hub for $1,000, another call hub for $2,500. I think it's Quality and Finance for $1,237.80. Another Quality and Finance for $1,237.80. We have Pick God, 4 separate times. The first one was $900, $1,425, $1,275, $2,550. 3L Media for $125, 3L Media for $600. BL Entertainment, we have.
Can you guys hear?
3, 4, 5, 6 of those for $1,200.
Can you guys hear anything,
5 of those for
or it's just
$1,200,
me?
And one for $1,000. Carlos Medina, 2 payments of $250, $1,350.
I can't hear a damn
Carlos
thing.
J. Williams for $1,200. Emmanuel Bonza for $3,000.
Appreciate you, Pocket Watcher JT. Appreciate the $9.99. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Please check out Pocket Watcher with JT. I gotta figure out this sounds. I can't hear anything. So let me see if I get a different Let me see if I get a different feed. Maybe I get a different sound. Hold on a second. Yeah, it's all bad. It don't matter what feed I'm checking out. They're all pretty. I can't hear. It's really low.
We have state focused media for $5,876.08.
Why she don't have a microphone?
And that is my motion to pay the bills, removing all following
All right, is there a second? Second. All right, it's been motion and second. Any discussion? First, I would like to say, I just think you guys are wrong for not paying the staff. I think the last board meeting, you guys said that you agreed to pay the staff. Jerry Jones motioned it. You guys agreed, so for you to take it out of the list again, how do we pay the staff? Because some of those invoices that you just called and named are actual employees here at Thornton Township.
Okay,
So why are you not paying staff?
I have a question, so.
Can Tiffany just give her mic? Come on, this is just embarrassing.
There were a couple of email requests that we're still waiting for response for. So one of the questions I had is, so I know there are some employees that are on payroll, but they're also submitting contractor invoices, and so I just wanted a little more clarity on that. What is the separation of the work? What are they producing? And so I think there are a lot of questions. I sent via email that I would need to see in order to be able to make an informed decision, but one of my, because we didn't take the employees out, but the one employee that we didn't take out, they, again, are an employee, but also submitting contractor.
So for the record, you guys come in and meet with the clerk as related to invoices. So if you really had questions, that was your time to ask any questions and get your answers and your responses. As relates to employees do work for our location, and you guys should pay them. If you don't understand something, that's what you call and you ask the question before we get here. Not us have to go back and forth saying why you didn't pay the staff, or if you didn't understand what it was they did before, prior to now, you should still make sure you always pay the employees because they done a job and they should get paid for the job they have completed. So my advice to everybody would be to put the employees back in there that actually work here and make sure that you pay them for the work they have done. I know the last board meeting, a lot of them had pleaded with the board and even got to the mic and said, hey guys, how am I gonna feed my family? I have kids. How am I going to take care of anybody? That's what they said to you guys, especially you, trustee Gonzalez, and you guys still voted no not to pay those individuals. So their invoice, or whatever you want to call it, is still here on the list because you guys have not agreed to pay it. So are you guys willing to add the staff into payment?
If I may, real quick,
I would like to make one more removal that sketchy bond for $2,000. I did remove that one. So I would like to include that one.
Again, that's another employee. So why are we not paying the employees?
if I may, I was here at 2 p.m. yesterday and there was nothing available to be seen.
Well, everything, I knew you would say that, everything was available because Jerry Jones came here right after you, so that's so funny. But you can say that for the record all you want. But he was here, people called you, if I'm not mistaken, the clerk even called you and said that everything's here. Okay, then say the full, hold on, say the full statement that everything was here at your discretion, everything that you asked for, and you had the opportunity to come and look, because they came. So why didn't you? So stop that, all they were saying. So if you really want the information, hold on, trustee, if you really wanted that information, you can make sure you get it. Trustee, stop. And I'm responding to your statement. Your statement is false, trustee. Your statement is false. Trustee, again, if you wanted the information, you could have got the information when you came here. Yes, it was. So how did you get the information and you didn't get the information? It was available. It was available. All right, Colorado. Trustee Carlisle?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Jones? Trustee Gray Everett? This is a motion to amend, the previous motion to approve the budget with the following bills that Trustee Carlisle removed from the list. Supervisor Henry? No. Motion passed. All right, next, is there a motion to approve the general district fund? Is there a motion? Is there a second? Is there a motion, second, any discussion? Call the roll. Trustee Carlisle?
Yes.
Trustee Jones? Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Gray Everett? It's to pay for the general assistance fund. All right, Trustee Henry? Yes. Motion passed. All right, next, is there a motion to pay the road and bridge fund? Is there a second? The motion is second, any discussion? Call around. Trustee Carlisle?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Jones? Trustee Gray Everett? Supervisor Henry? Yes. Motion passed. All right, next, ordinance. Is there a motion to approve an amended ordinance 24-005 to regulate events, expenditures, and budget approvals for Thornton Township, Cook County, Illinois? Is there a motion?
Yes, I motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there a motion and second? Any discussion? Nobody got no discussion? Okay, so this is the ordinance that the Board of Trustees put together. Obviously, they don't ever want to tell y'all what they're doing. This is the one where they wanted to remove certain things that we do here at Thornton Township. One thing is big bingo. I'm gonna read you the items, because when I became your supervisor, it's basically all the things that I have brought to Thornton Township that they want to include. So this is what I mean when I tell you that the board are targeting things that the supervisor does here at Thornton Township. Yet, before I got here, wasn't none going on. The numbers was 20% people knew about Thornton Township. When I came, now over 80% of our township knows that we exist and now is benefiting from all the services here at Thornton Township. Whether that be light, gas, water, rent, mortgage, every single thing here, we help you. We even help you bury your loved one. So I just wanted you to know all the things that we do. If y'all can keep it down so I can finish, please, thank you. This is the things that they put in this ordinance that they would like halted, and we sent something out regardless. Just to show you how petty they are, because Trustee Carmen put this in here. They put big bingo, bingo, any holiday bingo. If it's bingo, it's bingo. Tech savvy, and that helps the residents with their phones, their iPads. They put Zoom on there, put emails on there. It's actually a really, really great class that we do here for our seniors. Really, please stop. We put this together so that people would know how to utilize their phones and the internet. A lot of times they do not know how to do it. And y'all know AI taking over, computers taking over, and we want seniors to know how to utilize it and what software to put on there. Some people put Facebook on there, TikTok, Instagram, but it's just really, really cool if you come and see what they learn from that one thing. Township Talk. That's something we didn't have here at Thornton Township. Matter of fact, that's tomorrow. If you really want to educate yourself and learn what Thornton Township represents, all the things that we do have for you residents, and all of our surpluses, something that the fake news does not tell you. We actually have surpluses in all our accounts here at Thornton Township, but no one wants to do the research to know where to find the information. So please come out, and that is tomorrow. That way you can learn what goes on. And we teach you about your taxes, your tax levy, who increased your taxes, where to find it at, how to do FOIAs, and where to get the information from. It's actually really, really cool, but people kind of want the information, and what I've learned is when you got something that's an educational tool, people don't show up in the masses like this. People come for the mess, but they won't come to get educated on things they should know or would like to know that's going on in their own backyard. So some things that we do have currently right now, you come out tomorrow and hear for yourself, see for yourself, and get the evidence and walk away with it in your hands. So that's one big thing. Another thing they wanted to take away, Black History Month program. Who wants to stop a Black History program? St. Patrick's Day events, Mother's Day events, community bike rides. These all community engagement events that we do here at Thornton Township, which has really been going really well throughout the South End. Movie night, Halloween events, Thanksgiving events, Christmas events, Veterans Day events, New Year's events, Martin Luther King Jr. Day celebration. That's really dope. We do that here in the lower level, and a lot of people attend that. Valentine's Day events, Women's History Day events, Sunday dinners events, karaoke night, Showtime at the Apollo. That's really creative. The kids come out. It's just like how Steve Harvey was on Showtime at the Apollo. It was really interesting to see the kids actually have a lot of talent here in Thornton Township. Etiquette classes, back to school events, Taste of Thornton we just did the other day. That was actually a ton of people showed up throughout the rain. I loved it. Even though it rained, they still came out. Their babies was out there. They were jumping up and down. It was a lot of fun. So I just wanted to point out the things that we actually do here at Thornton Township, because before I came, Taste of Thornton always went on like clockwork every single year. Friends of Tiffany Henry Picnic, comedy show, scholarship banquet. That's something that I created when we came. We gave your kids, your loved ones, over 80 scholarships, up to $2,500 or $3,000, I believe. That was dope. They're looking for that same thing coming up. We're working on giving your babies scholarships again. So if you're watching this and you're interested, make sure you basically check our website so you too can benefit from the scholarship. All they had to do was make a video this time around. Last time they had to write an essay, but they was able to help pay with their room and board, their books, things of that nature. So we really helped a lot of people, and that's something Thornton Township never done. Scholarships. The youth summit, that was bringing people together, because I'm real big on teaching and making sure people understand what mental health is and where to get it from, where to get resources from, and how to identify it. Because in the Black and brown communities, we don't know what it is as it relates to our kids and our loved ones that suffer from it, and they don't know where to go to get the help. So Thornton Township helps with that. Toy drive, that's really big here at Thornton. I know when I came here, we allow kids to pick their toys up. All you have to do is walk a line and basically pick up whatever you want, like Toys R Us. So people got to pick what dials they wanted, what games they wanted, compared to before they would wrap the gifts up and put it in a bag, and then people unwrap them, then they don't know what they got or something they don't like. So these are all great things that got implemented under the supervisor here, Tiffany and you. The other thing we do is tree lighting. Tree lighting is really big. We still do that here outside in the front, and we allow every single community to come out. Guys, please, if you don't want to hear it, there's the door, but you have to listen. Some people here that wants to hear what I'm saying. So please let me get finished. So tree light, we do that every single year as well, right outside here, and then the festivity is right here in the lower level. People come, they bring their loved ones, they play with them, they make Christmas trees, and then every single city gets to come and decorate their actual tree. So that's us bridging the gap and bringing unity amongst our community. So that's really epic. Food giveaways, again, I don't know why they got that on here. That's my department, meaning GA. That's something that the Board of Trustees cannot control, but they put it on here anyway. All the food giveaways that we have it for you residents. If you don't have food, if you need food delivered to your house, all you gotta do is call, sign up, and we'll bring it and drop it off. If you want to go to the pantry every single Wednesday, you can stop there and get food from the actual food pantry. And it's fresh produce as well as bread. But I just want you to know that's there. Something new that we just did is cooking with Tiff. Cooking with Tiff meaning your supervisor. So what we do is we allow people to come in and cook with your supervisor, and you get to show the world your recipe that your grandma, your uncle, your cousin have taught you, and you get to make that here in Thornton Township. And it has been really helpful. It airs tomorrow, and on Friday, you can pick up those same items that we show you on Wednesday, outside here on Friday. So we have a fresh ground beef. We have everything in the box to make meatloaf or hamburgers or cheeseburgers. So the reason for that is just to showcase the talents throughout Thornton Township. So anybody can sign up to cook with me, and anybody can sign up to share their recipe to show somebody else how you cook your item at home. What else we got? We got house music fast. We got workout sessions. I'm real big on workout because life is short. Make sure you get your steps in every day. Please come to work out with us. We do that. We have President's Day events. So these are all the great events that we do here at Thornton Township. They added in ordinance form, and that's the reason why we're trying to educate people to come to speak up for the things that you really enjoy here at Thornton. Because there's a lot of great things that we put in place, and there's a lot of great people that comes here and benefit from all of the wonderful activities that we do. And I always try to encourage residents, if it's something that you want us to add or change, let us know, because we are open always to your opinion and your suggestions here at Thornton Township, and that's how we was able to get our numbers up by 80%, because we listened to the people. The people came in, gave an opinion of what they thought it should be. We implemented it. If it worked, it stayed. If it did not, we let it go. So I just wanted to read this ordinance off of the things that they was targeting as relates to things we have created for you residents of Thornton Township. So, it was a motion and.
Well, if I may, we're still under discussion. Obviously, this ordinance is in no way looking to eliminate these things. However, the purpose of the ordinance, I'll just read it. The purpose of this ordinance is to regulate the budgeting and expenditure processes for events organized by Thornton Township, ensuring proper oversight, approval, and adherence to set financial limits. Now, if you can, or the administration can adhere to some financial limits, we're not looking to necessarily cut stuff out. However, if you're going to make a decision to do things that benefit the administration rather than help the people, that's your decision. We're not saying that, for the record.
Trustee, that is not true. That is not true. You guys have been targeting the events and all the things from the last couple of months. The last board meeting, about 2 months ago, you guys didn't even vote to pay anybody or any service. So stop it. You then put together this ordinance to say you want to stop the monthly events that we do every single month. So when you're gonna read it in its entirety so people understand. Don't take one sentence out, because if you go and you break it down, you will see exactly what the Board of Trustees are trying to do. Because if they wanted events to continue, for instance, we had the Taste of Thornton. Why didn't you guys approve any of the things for Taste of Thornton? We had a book bag giveaway. Why didn't you guys approve anything for the book bag giveaway? So we have to still keep going here at Thornton Township. So they can clap, you can try to make it sound good all you want, but that is not what they're trying to do. Because if they don't approve it, then how do we give it out to you residents? And let's back up. Why do you think I keep asking for a budget? You move within a budget. Ain't no keep going back to the board for every single thing. Just like y'all did in the previous administration, when Frank was here, you have a budget for every single thing. So every single thing you have a budget for is what you are allowed to spend within your budget. But you guys won't even approve a budget. So how do you operate if you don't have a budget to produce these things for the residents of Thornton Township? All right, so there's been a motion and a second. You can call the roll, please. And I'm not for this, just for the record, and I think you guys should amend this.
Trustee Gonzalez? Trustee Jones? Trustee Gray Everett? Supervisor Henry?
No.
Motion passed.
All right, so now the next one on the agenda is there a motion to approve an amended ordinance 24-006 to establish a retail credit card net 30 policy for Thornton Township, Cook County, Illinois? Is there a motion? Is there a second? All right, there's been a motion and a second. Any discussion? Why y'all ain't never got nothing to say? Y'all don't want to make the ordinances. Y'all want to educate the people on what y'all want to do, what y'all trying to do. Anything?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, this one, I mean, I could read the sentence again, but I mean, just overall, we're just, look, we need to put some safeguards in place to regulate what's spent on the credit cards. I mean, it's, I can't put it any simpler than that. Now, it was discussed last time that there may be some back and forth. We're open to that. But it's imperative that we get this passed. If you want to come forward with some amendments or to make some changes, we can do that. But it's imperative we get this passed tonight.
All right. So for the record, you guys know that I'm totally against how you guys structure this. I said this at the prior meeting, that's why I did not pass. You guys did call the vote and it died because you guys are just writing things and didn't ask anybody their opinion. As it relates to laws, us as the board are supposed to discuss it, come up with a plan and execute it. You guys have not included the body in its entirety, nor did you include the staff. They are the ones that do the spending. They are the ones that do the operation as relates to the day-to-day. You guys put things in there like $1,000. Each of their departments spend more than $1,000 on lunches for the seniors, on youth and family programs. We told y'all this at the last meeting, and we're telling you this again. I am not for how you guys drew this ordinance up. And I'm not for having a credit card. You guys wrote my name here. Do not add my name in something that I do not agree with. So for those that don't know and ain't read this, they added my name to get a card. I do not want a credit card. I do not deal with money. I don't deal with anything as related to check. So please do not add my name in something that I did not even agree to, trustees. So you should amend that. I don't even know why y'all made an amendment and added me in this. So please remove supervisor from this ordinance. And I think you guys should replace it, as we told you before, with a manager. I told y'all that because the managers are the ones that buy for their departments. So I don't work here every day. It relates to in no one's department. So I wouldn't know if they needed some food for a senior. All they would do is go buy what they need for their department. Once again, that's the purpose of a budget. If you have a budget, you telling them what they can spend within their department. And all of them produce receipts. Every single department does. People that didn't produce receipts no longer work for Thornton Township. So let's be crystal clear about that. But please remove my name from this because I'm not for this. Whoever made this amendment, and I was told that Trustee Kerman made this amendment, and I'm not for it. So remove supervisor from here. I see y'all put the finance director on here, and then you put supervisor with the finance director. So let's strike that now. Ain't no pass this with my name, so no to that. And then I see that you guys strike $1,000 and put $10,000 only in the case of emergencies. Again, Tony department, which is all of them basically, he spent more than that off of if a truck or a bus breakdown. So do IT, which Robert Hunt explained that to you. Our computers, our servers, things go down. Cost $5,000 for just one computer. So I'm saying that you guys, because you so much attacking supervisor, that y'all not thinking about the overall picture. And I told y'all should talk to the staff before making a law that don't make sense for the staff on a day-to-day operation. You have to understand how they operate daily and their needs. Not just making laws and then now it does not work. Now how you accept. You made a rule, a law that they can't abide by because their operation needs more than what you wrote as a law. So talk to the staff. I think you should go back to the drawing board or adjust what men right here, right now, or go back to the drawing board. One of the two you should do. But do not, please remove me from this. I'm not for that ordinance. So y'all will make a amendment?
Motion to approve ordinance 24-006 as.
Okay, well, I motion to amend that take supervisor off like I just said. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all with y'all way. Stop adding me in this laws because I don't want a credit card. So I'm making a motion. That we amend this ordinance as it relates to a supervisor having anything to do with credit card. Is there a second for my motion?
I have something to say based on.
Okay, wait a minute, hold on, let me amend this first.
No, it's discussion for the first motion.
Well, I'm trumping the motion first, so I can trump the motion. Okay. Do I have a second? Okay, it's a motion and a second to trump their motion. So you got it, it's myself and Darlene. I gotta be all the way on that. So now what you gotta say, now discussion. Remove supervisor. Now go ahead.
Okay, so they did request that there be an additional part because the original ordinance did only have the finance director, Robert Hunt, listed. And According to my knowledge, I know the previous administration for 29 years only had one credit card, and they were able to successfully handle township business with that one credit card. And I know that there are a lot of things going on, a lot of spending, a lot of questions that sometimes don't get answered. But one thing I will say is I know the supervisor is bonded, so anything she does is protected under that bond. So I think that it is her responsibility to make sure she knows what's going on with the money. It's her responsibility to have a credit card again. You know, the previous administration had one credit card for 29 years, and I think that, you know, moving forward, we have to figure out some things. And again, like Trustee Gonzalez said, we're open to receiving any amendments via email, and we'll look at it and discuss it as a board and do what's best for Township as a whole moving forward.
All right, so that be crystal clear. The township did have a credit card, one credit card for 29 years. And y'all had a lot of theft going on here in Township. So let's be crystal clear about that. So y'all got all that going on. Number 2, if y'all pay attention to how anybody operation runs, every department here has a card because they are responsible for transparency. If you give one card to one person, you don't know who got it, who spent on it, what the receipt at. You don't want one card. Right now, we can go and look up, hey, Carmen was in Walmart today and she bought a TV. You can literally point out where somebody's at and who swiped that card, because that name goes to that person's card. That's why you want every single department to have their own card, so that now they're accountable for their spending. We're not doing one credit card. There's no accountability for one credit card, and that's not how operations work. And as it relates to the finance director, we said this at the last meeting. Why would we give the finance director a card? That is not his job to run to the store and buy stuff for anybody. That is the department head's job. As it relates, that's how y'all don't know. Listen. As it relates to finances, that boy has a whole degree. He's supposed to basically go and check and make sure that the finances are in order. That's it. That's it. That's how he's checked. And he don't supposed to go to the store and buy stuff. That's what department heads is supposed to do for their department. So everybody loses sight of the why for credit cards, the convenience for the credit card for a department. It has nothing to do with the finance director having it. It has nothing to do with nobody else meaning besides the department head to have it to basically account for their spending for their department. If you go check any of our leagues here at Thornton Township, you will see anybody have a car, what they spent it on, it got their name back, and they should have receipts for anything that they have spent. So I just want to point that out. So all this talk about we just gonna make this a law, no, we're not. So we're gonna remove supervisor. You can replace that with a manager. I don't care who you pick really for the manager. It could have been Tony from right here. It could be anybody, but pick one person other than supervisor for the department head. And we should have had this discussion before. I'm tired of them getting up here saying, send y'all an email. I'm not sending you no emails. I told you this at the last meeting, and I'm verbally telling y'all again. Don't add me in nothing, because I got nothing to do with the day-to-day as relates to their departments. They are responsible for their departments. They know they need for their departments. My advice, again, is to go speak to them and ask them their opinion of what is needed for spending for each department before you guys put a law together of something you know nothing about, meaning they need more than what you wrote in here. And IT alone, that alone needs more than what you wrote. But you guys wouldn't know that. Even when they was getting all this spyware and all these issues, they needed a lot more than what you wrote. And y'all know that because they told y'all about it. So my advice again is to amend this ordinance and make sure it makes sense for the needs of the township and not what the board of trustees want it to say. You have to go with the needs, and that's the department heads. So it's a motion and second on the floor to remove supervisor from this ordinance, replace it with a manager, not me, and we'll go from there. All right.
Trustee Gonzalez?
No.
Trustee Jones? Trustee Carlisle? No. Trustee Gray Everett? Supervisor Henry? Motion failed.
All right, to let y'all know how this is gonna work. I'm not taking no credit card. I don't care what y'all vote for in here. I've never seen no mess like this ever in my life. Somebody sitting here trying to make somebody take a card. That's sickening. That's sickening in itself. So just so y'all clear, managers will have cars to do the day-to-day operation. Y'all can write whatever law you want. I'm telling you what it is for a fact. I'm letting y'all know that. So you can vote on however you want. I just told y'all to put my name in something, but you still did. So please remove me from this ordinance once again, in relation to credit cards.
There's still a motion and second on the floor to approve.
All right, so y'all wanna amend that? They can say no all they want. I don't listen to them. I do not listen to them. No, I do not. That is fact. I'm letting y'all know right now. I don't care what y'all write on that. I don't care what you write. I'm telling you, I'm not taking no cards. So if you guys still try to make me take a card, make that make sense. Why we debating over me taking a card? Don't tell y'all I don't want a card. Why we, oh no, guys, give me a minute. Stop. This is my life. Stop. Carmen, Jerry, and Chris. Please take me off of this order. Are you guys gonna take me off this order? Y'all just stuck in y'all way. If I'm telling y'all I don't want something, you're gonna vote and tell me that I gotta get a cell phone. Trustee Jerry, you just gonna vote and say I don't want a cell phone? Why? What's your why? What's your why? What you mean you don't have a why? You gotta have a why. Why? You gotta have a why. But that's what I'm talking about. Y'all just up here voting blindly or giving them a vote, you don't got a why. So why did you have me in the ordinance, trustee? Why? Hold on, attorney. It ain't about how to take it. If I'm telling you up front, in front of the people, that I don't want a car, why would you put me in this?
Motion to call the vote.
I'm telling you. So why? What's the why, trustee Jerry? Trustee Jerry,
Motion to call the vote.
hold on, it's discussion. You know what I mean? That's fine. We're having a discussion. I want to answer to my question of why. Why do I have to answer why I'm not in the car? Trustee, why would you vote on something someone saying they do not want? Make that make sense to me. If you tell me you don't have a why, you ain't got a why for why you're voting to give me a card and I'm telling you I don't want. How you put me in a law and I'm telling you I don't want to be part of any of it. I would like to know the answer, trustee. Because I don't think that's fair to me. I don't think you guys are being understanding for this. I just don't. I don't. And I think you should do better. I think you guys have the opportunity to change it, to fix it. I think you have the opportunity to add a manager in it, as it should be with any organization. I think you guys should amend what you guys are trying to do currently right now. So what are we gonna do? Y'all gonna amend it? Are y'all gonna amend it?
I think trustee Gonzalez made a motion to vote the ordinance as read. And I second the motion. Can we end debate and call the roll?
Well, no, we still in debate because it's got to do with my name. It's got to do with my name. It's still in discussion, so it got to do with my name. If y'all don't want to say that, don't say that. So, Carmen, why do you have my name on this ordinance? Chris, why is my name on this ordinance? Why?
It's called leadership.
Leadership, that's let me say something to you. This is how I know that you guys don't know how to run a business and don't know nothing about leadership. Leadership don't work as it relates to a credit card. I'm not going to go to no store for nobody. So make it make sense. This is a joke. Leadership is you give it to the managers and they run a department. Leadership is not you add my name on the card and I'm telling you I do not want it. That makes no sense. And I'm asking you guys to remove me from this ordinance. I'm telling you, hold on. Because I'm telling you I don't want this. I don't want this, I'm telling you that. So, remove me from it. I'm just telling y'all, I pleaded enough with y'all. I've asked y'all enough for this. So I'm gonna let it be what it be, because I already told you I'm not taking it. I don't want it, and I think you should remove supervisor out of this ordinance that you guys created. Ain't nothing you can do about it. If you want to do it, you guys want to remove it. All right, call the roll, and just for the record, for the 18th time, I don't want anything to do with a credit card. I already told people that, so thank you. All right, go ahead.
Trustee Carlisle. Trustee Jones. Trustee Gonzalez.
Yes.
Trustee Gray Everett. Supervisor Henry.
Definitely not.
Motion passed.
So next on the agenda, is there a motion to approve the retainer agreements with LDCF to represent the Thornton Township and Thornton Township officials in the cases? Lawrence versus Thornton Township, Thrash versus Thornton Township, Dukes versus Thornton Township. Is there a motion? Do y'all want a motion for legal? So move, second. Is there a motion and second? Call the roll.
I have discussion, please.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so, I know that, you selected this attorney for these cases, but, it came to my attention that this attorney represents you in a personal matter. And so I wanna know, I just wanna know, is that a conflict of interest?
So first of all, I didn't necessarily pick the attorney. He will represent myself, Keith Freeman, and other people as well is represented by this law firm. So we had to put it on here so that the person can go and represent us here at the township. So he don't just represent Tiffany and you, he represents everybody that they name. Anybody that got named is in here. So for us to sit here and go back and forth over legal help, the whole thing is to protect the township. That's for the township.
Okay, just the question was, is it a conflict of interest? That's my question.
No, you don't have a conflict of interest.
Attorney, can you, is that a conflict of interest?
Again, if you're a content creator using my footage, acknowledge that it's my footage, or I will strike your channel.
Legal opinion on conflict of interest.
You done turn your mic.
Table until you get a written legal opinion. Table until you get a written legal opinion.
Choose compassion, please put the house rules in the chat.
You got something? Go ahead.
One thing I wanted to say is that, the Derek Auto Law Firm did look over each retainer agreement, so they did look over it to make sure it was in compliance with state law. They did, not, Attorney Eric, but other people I asked.
But, yeah, were they aware of the other part?
Table until you get a written legal opinion.
No, I can't speak for that.
Okay, so Board of Trustees, just so that we're not out here without legal representation, you guys, what do you want to do? What do you want to do, guys? What do you guys want to do, you guys?
Motion to table.
So you want to table it to when? But this is what I'm talking about. Why didn't y'all had questions, like seriously, hold on, seriously, no. If you had questions or concerns about this, why didn't y'all reach out to anybody? Y'all call the lawyers to draw up ordinances. Why didn't y'all ask the lawyers about legal opinion? Why would we get here and y'all don't even know what deadline is currently right now? If you have to go to court this week, y'all don't know any of that. And that's stuff you shouldn't play with. I just want to play with that. It's to represent Thornton Township. Thornton Township. Our job is to protect the township. All the personal stuff y'all gotta put to the side. Y'all have to do that. I would not leave without his dry license. So would y'all like to approve this individual for the case?
I have a question, so is there any way the attorney can advise us if there's time sensitive matters, or do you know the answer to that question?
I don't know when it's due. I know it is a deadline on it. When they give you papers, it's a deadline on it. Well, it was a deadline way a week ago when y'all had it on y'all special meeting. So I know because y'all ain't been special meeting. So we had to put it on the calendar. So we did what we got.
I think I would second the motion to table it, and we can come back maybe in 2 days.
Well, just so y'all know, life don't work like that. Y'all just keep popping up meetings like people don't have personal lives. This is our second meeting. I had a special meeting 4 days ago. Now we had a regular meeting. Why would we table something that got to do with Thornton Township? The whole thing is to protect Thornton Township. Y'all too busy making it about Tiffany and not protecting Thornton Township when that person basically covers everybody. I'm not the only individual. They cover every single person. And as Robert Hunt just told y'all, what he said? Delgado have looked over this already. If Delgado looked over it already, what are we doing? He looked over it. So it would be on the agenda. So what would y'all like to do? So y'all just want to table it. So y'all don't care whatever legal stuff we got going on. It is because if y'all cared or y'all saw the agenda, y'all could have called and asked questions about stuff. This is what I'm talking about. We get to board meetings every single time. We don't have no deal. Then I got a question. The question should have got answered before we got here. When you go watch other people's board meetings,
right now,
when you go to other people's board,
we're willing to listen to it right now if you have information.
of course I would. Why would I have information? She asked the lawyer that. Ask the lawyer that.
You're asking us to vote
Why
on
you
something
don't
you're
have
saying
it?
is important,
Why
but
you
you're
don't
not
have
giving us
it?
any
Because I
information.
don't know the dates right now. I don't know the dates. It's for a lawyer to protect the township.
So when are the deadlines?
So if you wanted to know that, y'all should have asked before we got here, and y'all didn't.
Tell us right now.
If y'all get here and we didn't answer.
Discuss, tell us right now.
He said there's no easy way to find it out right at this moment. So, all right, motion to second. Y'all have me so wrong. So wrong. All right. Trustee Jones. Trustee Carlisle. Trustee Gonzalez.
Yes.
Trustee Gray Everett. She said no, and I said no. Supervisor Hendrick. Our job as a board is to protect the township, guys. No matter what people feel about someone, what someone's opinion is, you always protect the house. But anyway, next on the agenda is, I'm gonna give you supervisor report really quick. Saturday, August 10th, we had the back to school giveaway. It was really dope. A ton of people showed up. It was in the village of Thornton. The police department was from 3 to 7 p.m. That was great. August 15th, we had big bingo down here, jam-packed as always. Had over 500 people come. So sign up, guys. Y'all really enjoyed big bingo. And I love hanging with y'all. And that's the day they did the little special board meeting upstairs. And to some of y'all that showed up, that was waiting in the hall, today you get to voice your opinion if you did not at that time. Wednesday, August 28th, that's tomorrow, Township Talk, that's what I discussed earlier. So if you want to hear anything as related to the Township, what we do, what we've been up to, things of that nature, what's coming up, come here, it starts at 5 o'clock, August 29th, Tech Savvy, that's the class I was speaking of, where you can learn how to do things on your phone or download stuff on your phone. And then Sunday, September 1st, we got the Friends of Tiffany Henry picnic. That would really be dope. Show up, show out, come and love on each other, because at the end of the day, I keep telling y'all, I have to love on each other. Life is too short. All the mess, all the drama, all the naysayers, all the haters, y'all gotta put that to the side, because they will not be anywhere to be found when you are in your time of need, I guarantee you. When you're in your time of need, you're calling Tiffany Henry, you're calling Thornton Township, you're calling us to help you with whatever that is. So all I'm telling you is, y'all have to leave with love so that the youth see you in a different light. But when the youth see us arguing, bickering, fighting, they don't have nothing to look up to, guys. And y'all have to do better. All this heckling, all these things, I wouldn't want my kids to look up to people like that either. We gotta do better. And I want y'all to do better by being an example for the youth, by showing them a different person, and by showing them that in the Black and brown communities, we all can get along and we can have a difference of opinion, but also be on one accord at the end. That's what I would like to show for Thornton Township. It should not always be division. It should not always be all this hostile environment, because guess what? The DNC said, look how we acting. It said that we're acting like this. You got a whole president that's going to come up, like literally first female president, and that's black, that will make it. Y'all gotta want more. So I'm saying that so now, just so that you guys can see a different point of view, and hopefully it'll resonate with some of you in the crowds or some of you that's watching this. So again, thank you for coming out to Township board meeting. Hopefully I'll see some of you tomorrow that wants to learn something that the Township does. Now we have public comment, right? Public comment is next.
But before we do public comment, I just want to remind everyone, there is a presidential election, November 5th. Early voting will begin October 21st through November 4th. If you know someone who needs to register to vote, they can come to the clerk's office Monday through Friday, 9 to 4 to register to vote.
Thank you.
Dan Lee.
All right.
Testing. Okay, first of all, I'd like to start with a couple of suggestions for the trustees, something that really needs to be done to make these things go a little smoother. First of all, on a policy note, I think you guys should really put a forensic audit on the next agenda. As you can see, all these different expenditures and things that never, receipts are rarely given, and there's always this conflict about the receipts and so forth. A forensic audit is the way to go. You should really, really consider that. And make sure it's independent, please. Another suggestion, it's more important to have a meeting like this than it is to have bingo. So, I'm suggesting that all the town hall meetings should be down here as a matter of course. As a matter of course. If there's a conflict, you can change dates one way or the other, but everything should be down here.
Yes.
So everyone can have access. Upstairs, I know personally, I stood in line for 2 hours, couldn't get in the room. But, it's cool. Because I learned a lot out there. I learned that some people are cultists instead of citizens. And I talked to a few of them. And, one thing I really want to bring up. If I was late, one time it was an hour and a half late a few months ago, over half an hour late, even an hour and a half late, starting at 5:30. The meeting didn't start till almost 7 o'clock. I would at least offer an apology to the people that sat here and waited for the paradigm to show up and do what they do. I mean, you would think that you would get an apology, but again, you have to have a little class for that. Oh, yeah. And I heard something about a scholarship fund. I just hope that scholarship fund paid off better than the cancer fund did. I really do. We all know what that was all about. And nobody that I know of has gotten a dime out of that, except the people whose names were on there, or some of the people whose names was on there.
The people whose name was talking about.
And we had a musical event in Dalton this past weekend, Saturday? Okay. I'm wondering, since it was held in Dalton, and since Dalton facilities were used, possibly some Dalton personnel, things of that nature, is there some way we're getting compensated for that? Since we always get the short shift when we come in here, we don't want to get right down, yada, yada, yada. But if you're going to hold things in Dalton, and if you're going to do this right, we should be getting compensated for some of those facility usages and things that happen in our community.
Time, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Chris, Danowski.
Tiffany Henyard, as supervisor, you should be a steward of our tax dollars. However, you have wasted our money on lavish travel, fine dining, fake cancer foundations, parties, extravagant bingo prizes, and personal campaign materials. Yes, I said personal. I saw those tents at your poorly attended Taste of Thornton Township event last weekend with your name displayed in large letters. Keith Price commented a few months ago at a meeting about how Thornton Township was a laughingstock to the nation. I partially agree with that, except that it's a laughingstock of the world. And it's not us being laughed at. It's you, Tiffany, and Keith Price, and Mr. Lacey. They got all kinds of nicknames for you out there in YouTube land, but I'm sure you're aware of that. Tiffany, you commented earlier about being respectful at the meeting. As a representative of the township, I'm appalled at how Keith Price how ignorant and disrespectful he was to Mr. Gonzalez swearing at him at the meeting. We were told at the beginning of this meeting we had to watch our language. He surely didn't do that. He was out of order. Lastly, Tiffany, there's one comment that I've heard of your mouth that I actually agree with.
Somebody going to jail.
Test. Good evening, everyone. I'm gonna be brief, okay? My name is Nate Fields. I'm here today to stand up against the bullying and intimidation tactics being used by those who are supposed to represent us. Last Thursday, I was physically pushed against the window of the outside of this building by Kamal Woods, Tiffany Henyard's boyfriend, during a special board meeting. But this wasn't just an attack on me. It was an attempt to silence anyone who dares speak up against the misuse of our tax dollars. But I want to make it clear. I would not be intimidated, and I would not back down. This community deserves better than leaders who spend our hard-earned money irresponsibly while resorting to bullying to maintain their power. I'm here to fight for transparency, accountability, and respect for every resident. Together, we can ensure that our voices are heard and that our community is protected from those who seek to abuse their powers, their positions. Thank you.
Jennifer Roberts. I'm sorry, Ms. Bogan, I'm sorry. I apologize. Ms. Bogan. If there's not a Ms. Bogan, then Ms. Roberts, you go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. When I was a child, from the ages of 9 through 11, I was sexually molested by close family members. I was made to believe that if I said something, no one would believe me. I became silent. My voice was lost in a sea of depression. I experienced low self-esteem, loss of identity, became unsure of who I was or who I would become. When I became a mother of a beautiful girl, I vowed that what happened to me would never happen to her. But unfortunately, as a single working mom, I could not protect her from the generational curse that plagued my family. I often think about if I could change back time, and if my baby girl, who is now 32 years old, would have felt safe enough to tell me what was happening to her, what I would have done to those who abused her. Vania Dukes was sexually assaulted on a Thornton Township sponsored trip, allegedly by Andrew Holmes, who is still on your board, Tiffany, and Dalton. Instead of protecting her, you fired her and kept her violator as your ally. He is one of many criminals working for you. Your boyfriend, Kamal Woods, is drawing a generous salary for a position he has yet to report on. However, he allegedly felt the need to put his hands on Nate Fields Jr. less than a week ago. Is that part of why he was hired at the Township? Why is it that you would rather have criminals to defend you as opposed to providing counseling for those who have been abused sexually, mentally, or physically? Isn't it better to spend tax dollars on services the silent residents with low self-esteem need and stand up on your campaign events like Taste of Thornton Township and then bingo? In January, in this very room, Tiffany, you told the world that you are Dr. Martin Luther King's dream. Did you forget that his dream was that someday people would be judged by the content of their character and not by the color of their skin? I will leave you with this thought. All nightmares come to an end, and so will this one.
Mr. Roberts, Paul Roberts.
Good evening. I last made public comments here in June and May, but the supervisor did not wish what I was going to say, so she limited me to 2 minutes and prevented me from questioning the attorney or the clerk. I hope, given the time that we had to wait to get into this meeting, the time we had to wait for other meetings, and the time that was taken away from me previously, and by going easy on the supervisor for the last 2 months, I may be able to read the entire one page that's in front of me. If not, I'm happy to give you copies. Anyway, I will continue from where my last comment was cut off.
She would not let my wife complete it, so I wanted to continue talking about how at least $550,000 of February's $1 million giveaway was not used for the intended purpose, and how the Attorney General ordered the township to give me the information I requested through FOIA. They still have not. I wanted to mention how the township refuses to state who their FOIA officer is, and how they have made it almost impossible for the Attorney General's office to contact them. I wanted to talk about how the township's IT department no longer lists any email on the township website, nor do they give us any way to contact our trustees. I wanted to mention how the administration monitors emails and text messages between trustees and their constituents. But given the time restraints, instead, I want to just start answering the number one question that people ask about Thornton Township. Why is Tiffany Henyard still in office? Please bear with me while I try to answer that question. Much of the credit for her successful criminal career goes to her well-connected attorneys. Her preference for the Delgado Law Group, known by many mayors and powerful people in Springfield, is so strong that she fired 2 longtime township employees who opposed hiring Delgado for the school board. But she doesn't mind spending our tax dollars to settle the wrongful termination lawsuits that she invited. Other well-connected attorneys helped her overturn the citizens' recall election in Dalton. Furthermore, Thornton Township spends $20,000 per month on lobbying, public relations, and political consulting. $5,000 per month goes to the mentor of the chairman of the state Senate's Appropriation Committee. Frank Zuccarelli only paid him $4,000 a month. $5,000 a month goes to a media consultant called Whitley Agency. I know that they take PayPal, given the credit card statements this township has. Look at the great job they did advising her on the last 2 Saturdays campaign events in Dalton. $10,000 per month goes to Cornerstone Government Affairs for political consulting. That's an interesting one. In February, when the supervisor was in Roland Martin's studio, there was a meeting here anyway. Several of these invoices were on the $10,000.
Your time is up,
on the
sir.
warrant list.
Sorry.
Trustee Gonzalez asked what they were for. No one in the room could tell me.
Your time is up.
3 of the trustees
Your time is up. It's been
voted
3 minutes.
to approve them anyway.
Hello, your time is up.
Cornerstone's website shows that the leader of the Illinois team was
Your time
previously the
is up.
senior advisor to Michael Madigan
Who the next
and a
person?
longtime political director of the Democratic caucus in the Illinois House
Elmo
of
Price.
Representatives.
Elma Price, your time is up. Your time is up. Your time is up. 3 minutes. It's 3 minutes. You're almost at 4 minutes. You're almost at 4 minutes.
All Woods and Lewis and
Your time is up.
up.
You guys, your time is up. Your time is up, sir. Sir, your time is up, sir. Sir, your time is up.
Once disaster struck.
Your time is up, sir. Your time is up. Your time is up. You guys don't have no worry. You get 3 minutes. Your time is up. What's the person said, Elma?
To the Democratic Party of Illinois.
Elma Price? Elma Price, you're next. Your time is up, sir. You have 4 minutes. Your time is up. Yes, it is. Excuse me, your time is up. Your time is up. Okay, security, his time is up, security. His time is up, security. Security, his time is up. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. His time is up. All right, go ahead. Now's your turn. All right, you got 3 minutes.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Thelma Price, and everybody that's in this room, we have to really stay focused because the supervisor seems to think giving parties and bingos, that is gonna, win us over. And we gotta stay focused on what's really happening. They trying to hide all the money that's being stolen. And I'm a breast cancer survivor, and I was appalled when they came out with this fake charity, because I know how it is when you're trying to look for help when you have cancer. And I just felt that that was the lowest thing that she could ever do, is to go against people that are battling cancer. And I feel that they need to give that money back to the township. That was illegal, and that attorney that's sitting next to her allowed her to do that, the Delgado group, knowing that was illegal for them to be giving her private fake charity money. We need our money back, and we're not going to take anybody intimidating us or anything. I've had Kamal Woods walk past me and say some slick stuff, but baby, no, you're not gonna scare me. You're not gonna intimidate me because I have a voice. And you gotta understand, this woman has destroyed Dalton. So, and I'm gonna tell you something. She cannot be the best in Thornton Township and then destroy a whole village in Dalton. And the same thing that's happening over here is happening in Dalton, happened in Dalton, is happening here now. They're not being transparent. They don't want to tell you. They got Robert Hunt in the front cooking the books, lying to you people, saying that we're not in the red. That is a lie. But I commend these trustees. They're standing up for us. And I thank you all. You gotta put a watch on that money and those credit cards, because she was saying, hey, the department heads are supposed to have it. It's times they can swipe the card and had the village of Dalton paying for something, and it should have been the Thornton Township. So they just rotating these cards, doing what they want to do. And that should not be happening. Dalton is we're destroyed. We are destroyed. And then we have a takeover where one man is taking over the whole damn police department. But we will not be intimidated. So you guys stay woke about what's happening out here in Thornton Township. They're doing the same thing, and they're stealing from you all. And for the people, I love my seniors. You cannot choose bingo over what's going on. That is crazy, because you're going to pay. Nothing is free. Nothing is free. It's going to come back and bite you. You're excited over these big screen TVs. They're stealing from you all. They're stealing from you all. Remember that. And like she's telling us, we got to respect us. We respect her. She don't respect y'all. Y'all remember that when it's time to vote. She does not respect y'all. She does not respect y'all.
Curtis Walk.
Act like a thug if you want to. Take me out of the time.
Greetings, Madam Supervisor, trustees, administrators, residents. As this administration continues to attempt to spin the narrative of how well they're doing, the township continues to descend into madness. The presence of the supervisor has created a toxic environment where political figures and administrators have used unethical tactics for intimidation and harassment. You have also given the license to your subordinates to use these tactics to attempt for character assassination. In my hands are 2 FOIA requests by Mr. Keith Price, which was filed this past May, to my former employer here in the township and my current employer at the school district, asking for everything personal, including disciplinary writings. If Mr. Price is here, I don't have disciplinary writings. This type of behavior has also given non-resident opportunities to a license to act as predators when they present themselves as advocates and activists. one particular make-believe activist that goes by the name of Jedediah Brown.
Watch your mouth.
He has a video on YouTube channel telling his followers that he sent investigators to my job asking about me and my coworkers, telling them that people at my job don't like me.
They don't like me.
I guess since his secret friend Keith Price came up empty, he has to come up with some unsubstantiated narratives in an attempt to ruin my reputation. And there are plenty of stories of people who have been overnight amateur investigators when they're nothing but small-time hooligans. Over the past 3 months, friends have become enemies, and enemies have become friends. And you're showing your brain right now. To the supervisor, what you have done here cannot be blamed on fake news. FBI subpoenas and grand juries are not the fault of the media. To the residents of this township, I sincerely urge you to find within yourselves to help change the direction of the township. Whether you vote out the supervisor and the entire trustee board. Something needs to change soon. There are legislators in the Illinois General Assembly still itching to abolish the township in this state. And if this type of government that the Thornton Township is going to have from this point on, then what's to stand in their way? If we keep this up, they will come and burn it down.
Trina Downs.
I'll wait till y'all ready. And so, if anybody harasses me while I'm speaking, I'll call the Attorney General for an open violation on intimidation and harassment. I'll wait. So I want everybody to make this make sense to me. You're concerned about the spending at Thornton Township. You're trying to put her on a credit card that she does not want. Why would you do that? Also, she has a $3,000, right? She can write as many $3,000 checks as she wants with no cap here in Thornton Township. Why hasn't anyone created an ordinance to stop that or limit the amount of checks? That's the same thing that goes on in Dalton. She can write as many $5,000 checks as she wants without board approval. Just like here, she can write as many $3,000 denomination checks as she wants without board approval. So why haven't you guys done anything to cap that? Carmen, I'm glad you spoke, because you spoke about the supervisor being bonded and us having nothing to worry about. Seeing that you have a background that's been posted numerous times in check fraud, as well as Keith Freeman having a felony background, you two should be bonded as well for the protection of Thornton Township. Anybody with a criminal background should be bonded in any municipal job that there is. And she's bonded. Did you hear them say she's bonded? I'm asking for all criminals to be bonded. Thank you so much. Now, furthermore, right, okay. Now, the board wants proper spending to be made. You guys tabled the budget, but for 4 months, from April to August, you had substantial amount of time to take out whatever you need to take out of the budget and have this budget passed. You cannot control spending if you don't have a budget. How do you do that? How do you know what's going to be allotted when? And you tabled it to an unknown date and time. And Ms. Roberts answered the question to why the Vania Dukes lawsuit is against Thornton Township, because that was a Thornton Township sanctioned trip. And for a long time, I've been confused in media because it seems like that was a Dalton sanctioned trip. So all of this co-mixing of governments, co-mingling, co-mixing, however I choose to state it, right? And you guys have a lot to say about how she speaks and how she's educated. So I suggest you guys pay attention to District 205 because that's where she was educated. In District 205, where they have a disparity in learning in their schools. So all you criminals get fined.
Next is, I think it's Janelle Taylor.
Probably say good night since we've been here such a long time. First thing I want to say is, I don't know if the supervisor, well, I'm sure she does, have seniors in her family. But you don't treat seniors like this. You don't have us sitting around an hour while you have a meeting upstairs that you won't let people come to, because I tried to go up there. And you had it advertised on the screen back there so we could see that you were conducting a meeting upstairs. So I tried to go up there, because at one time, I think that's the clerk, she was down here, and then she goes up to the meeting. And there are papers being passed around, there are people signing stuff, there's somebody showing them, pointing stuff out to them. I don't know what it was, but they would not let me in. Two of your security staff would not let me in and said that it was full, no seats. But there were seats, because I could see them on the screen down here. Now, another thing is, why are you trying to hold two meetings? You wanted people to come up there, but you know you have a lot of citizens down here that want to be a part of the meeting. They want to be involved, they want to know what's going on. You can't have a meeting up there with just majority of the people on your staff or in your corner, and not the people who might be against you or might be for you. You are wrong in that. Then you come out and you're going down the steps. I was told by one guy it wasn't a meeting. Well, I don't know, what was it, a party? Was it a Thanksgiving gathering? What was it? It's a bunch of people up there. And then you try to make people, you try to limit us to 3 minutes, but we can't limit you to getting here on time. So why punish us and say we can only speak for 3 minutes, but you can hold us hostage for as long as you want? Sometimes come down and cancel a meeting, or come down and we have chaos. This is not fair, and I'm not even going to apologize, but I did say to some of those individuals, like I said to the policeman, and I said to the gentleman over there, I don't know what he is. Okay, I don't know what his position is, and I'm not sure other people know either. There's a bunch of lap dogs around here. And I guess you just rub your fur, pat you on your head, whatever. Now, I know that you have to have a job, because I understand that. You have to have a job, you have to feed your family, and sometimes you have to play along with the powers that be. But you look at Miss Tiffany up there, she's not even paying attention to anybody but they say out here. The only time she raises her head is when time is up. And she wants to holler time is up. Are you afraid? Are you a coward? What is it? You won't look us in our eyes. You don't want to hear it? You're going to hear it anyway. And we know the dominoes are falling. And the feeling, as you say,
Your time is up, ma'am.
Tiffany Hilliard is the one who is considered the worst mayor.
Your time is up. Your time is up.
You can tell me to now you have your history.
Your time is up.
But get your butt here on time. You must be.
Carter. Carter.
So disrespectful. But anyway, I was only coming out to this meeting to try to learn. I've been in this community for about 20 years, and I decided that I would come out and try to get involved in my community and learn different things. Okay, so number one, as a school teacher, you cannot double dip. And so I would suggest to you guys, and Tiffany, that is very disrespectful, okay, to what you're doing. But anyway, people cannot double dip in a job, okay? So from what I'm hearing, according to the agenda, they can only have one position. They should not be here working as one thing and then they're a DJ or a photographer. You can only have one job, okay? My second reason really for coming was to find out if, as a Thornton supervisor, had you gotten with the mayors and seen what were you gonna do to help the residents of these 17 villages on their property taxes? What is the plan for that? So that was my question, and I did want an answer, but I will return tomorrow, and maybe you will have an answer for me. Okay. Oh, it's the Thornton Township, so I know that we come to those and we can ask questions. Township talk, yes, and we do come and ask questions, so I will be here. I have been involved in those. But I did want to know, was there a plan? I've asked the mayor of South Holland, and I want to know what you guys are planning to do as homes are becoming foreclosed on and residents are losing their homes. We need to do something about that, as well as put a cap on all of this spending and get something under wraps. But again, people cannot double dip. I'm sorry with that.
Start reading my statement now.
Okay, Mike, 1 second. Go to the mic. You want to start it? All right, go ahead.
It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or whether doer of the deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives vigilantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotion, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of the achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. My message tonight to all of the residents of Thornton Township: I watch people disrespect leadership. I challenge you to take on becoming a leader and sitting in that seat, because you don't know what it means to sit in that seat and have to endure the things that you have to endure, the meetings you go to, trying to help your residents, trying to help your citizens, and you have people that come to be disrespectful. To be disrespectful. And we have people that blurt out. Now, I sat quiet while everybody else had their time to talk. But then, when somebody comes up and not talking, you talk. In your language you don't want to hear. That's disrespect. And what I learned is you have to have respect. You have to have respect. And what I'm saying is, until you sit in that seat as an elected official, you don't know what elected officials have to go through. But what I am going to say is, we need education in our community on government. Because if we really understood government, we will understand what the supervisor's job is, we'll understand what the trustee's job is. What I've been seeing in the news is the trustees trying to do the supervisor's job. And I challenge you, if you want to do that, run for supervisor. Run for the position. Run for the position. Because you're bound by governing laws that govern how you are and what you're supposed to do. Now, what I have not seen is this board talk about going to trainings. And I'm going to say it, you need trainings. You need to understand your position and the power of your position. not to create laws against an individual, not to create rules against an individual. So I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna watch. If this supervisor does not get reelected, we're gonna revote all the things that they've done before. So I'm gonna say, you guys need to learn government.
Okay, guys.
Learn government. Learn government. Learn government.
Miss Allen. Miss
And how it
Allen.
operates.
Miss Allen. Is there a Miss Allen? Last name, next is Carol Cook. Okay. Vivian Allen. Edna Boston. Valerie Stubbs. Oh, Edna Boston's here. I'm sorry, Edna Boston's here.
Good evening to the brave people that are brave enough to stay. I find this is very unfortunate and sad. All of those people that got up and walked out and were disrespectful on their way out shows their mentality, their lack of respect. It's disrespect, it's dishonor, it's disorder, it's just plain old different, and it wasn't necessary. If you exit in the room, you teach first graders to exit. And these people are going out cursing, using foul language, saying foul things. It's not okay. I don't care who you're supporting. See, this ain't high school to me. And I'm not on nobody's team. I'm on the Township's team. I'm not here to support Tiffany. I'm here to support nobody, okay? But I'm gonna tell you what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. You're wrong. When we pay board members to come and be prepared to make something, I'm getting tired of hearing we're tabling it. How much does a board member make? Can anyone just give me an idea? Because I was surprised you got a salary, so please. How much is your income for being a trustee? It's public knowledge. So, I'm sorry. I have to submit a board request. A board request. For it. Okay, so you're not gonna tell us what your income is, but I looked it up. I Googled it and it said somewhere around $64,000 and up for you to show up at a meeting and say that, well, I didn't have time to look at it. We need to table it. We need to move forward. Look, I don't care that we're not in agreement. Like I said before, we're not all Democratic, we're not all Republican, but when it comes to the township, we are a community. And it's important that we show up as a united community. So this is not high school. Stop trying to be the cheerleader. I actually seen a board member last week, you know who you are, so I won't embarrass you, meet outside with his group of cheerleaders, and that's what I called them. I stood there and listened to them as they said, no, we're not gonna say anything this week, but next week we're gonna blow it up. We're gonna have this and this. What is that about? What is that about? It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. If you haven't, you want to support somebody, fine, do that. We're all entitled to that. But can we please just grow the hell up? Get something done. I'm tired of stuff. Time. Oh, time isn't important because everybody get up here, go over it, and it doesn't matter. I mean, this man stood up here and went, 10 minutes over, and he's going to get his point.
Valerie Stubbs.
But I will not do that.
Good evening, everyone. Trustees, you did an awesome job. I'm so proud of you, with the exception of one trustee. It's a shame that I've been here since 4:45. And it's a shame that we take our time out to come to these meetings to get information on what's going on in our community. It's a shame that Tiffany asked us to be respectful, to not make any noise, no outbursts, but yet the disrespect when the resident gets up here and make a comment, she's hold her head down dwindling. And that actually depends upon who you are, whether or not she want to hear it. The lady that just left from up here, she clapped, held her head up, and it's a shame. And in 2025, I want all of us that live in Thornton Township to take care of that, because it's an embarrassment to us. We're the laughing stock of the world. All over the world, we have the worst mayor and the worst supervisor in the world. I went to her event last Saturday. The money that was spent on the bleachers alone was a fortune. And unfortunately, it was maybe 100 people there. You might want to, I commend you for curtailing the spending, because that was a waste of my tax dollars. The big bingo, as long as I've been black and going to different bingo events, I've never seen anybody give away wash machines, big screen 75-inch TVs. Those are our tax dollars. Stop letting her buy you. Stop letting her give you a box of chicken. If you need some food, look me up. I'll take you to the grocery store and buy you some food. If you teach a man how to fish, he can fish forever. If you keep going and getting them handouts like we destitute, it's a lot of people that live in Thornton Township and in Dalton that make a great income. I make over 6 figures. Okay? There's people in this room that I know of make over 6 figures. Stop treating us like we destitute, that we need a handout. Cut your own grass. You knew when you bought a house that your grass had to be cut. Stop using the services. You know, if you can afford it, do it. And stop taking the handouts. Stop letting her treat us like we destitute.
Time.
You can buy your own kid a book bag. If not, call me up. I'll buy your kid some school supplies.
Yeah, next is Nicole. Ms. Nicole.
Hi, good evening, residents and most trustees. First and foremost, I cannot make this up. Tiffany is up there literally doodling on in her spiral notebook. It's just a page full of doodling. That's so unbecoming as a mayor, okay? Not to mention, find another word, because you keep saying, and that was dope. Yeah, we went out here, we did it. That was dope. You're a mayor. Why you like the word dope so much? I mean, come on now. That's unbecoming, it's unprofessional, it's ghetto, as I don't know what. You're not at the Source Awards. Come on, but I would like to know your position. I would like an update, a report, a statistic, a measurable outcome on some of these youth programs that you have. You don't do anything but cause disruption, intimidation, confusion, and I just don't understand what it is you're getting paid to do. Like I said, I saw you guys at the nail shop. Now I'm wondering, was that credit card you used Thornton Townships? Because you did pay with the credit card, I saw that. But I would like for you to just give a statistic on the impact of your role, of your position, what you're supposedly doing. Chief Price, the way you talk to trustees, he's not here, but the way he talks to trustees should be reprimanded. I mean, you sit there, you let it happen, Tiffany, you let him sit from a seat, he's not even at the podium when he's degrading the trustees, you allow it to happen, you allow him to curse, then you try to school us like we're children on how to speak and how to conduct ourselves at a meeting that you were even on time to. You know, you allowed the stalemate to happen, you know, you wanted it your way, but it did not happen because you saw that they were gonna have the meeting with or without you. So you had to pack up everybody and bring them down here where you should have been at the start of the meeting, trying to lock us out. We saw people that were behind us in line that were in that room. It was calculated, it was intentional, and you should be reprimanded for that.
Who can write up the supervisor?
Also, you know, you're always talking about what the media doesn't report and how they don't tell, how you pay for this, you pay for that, you pay for funerals, you give food, you pay rent. Why can't you help those vendors that you sick on, people like Gonzalez, you bully them, you know, by trying to make them pay? Why can't you have them utilize these resources that you say never gets talked about? You have plenty of resources, right? We're in the black. Send them to them. They're not going to get paid if they didn't go through the proper process. The sooner you learn that, the better off they'll be. They won't keep doing work knowing that they're not going to get paid. That's on them. That's on them. No, it's not on the trustees. It's on them. It's on them. Okay. Well, stop working. Stop working. Stop working. Okay, well, here, really like
Time is up.
Go to the township. Go to the
All right, your time is up, ma'am. Security.
Go to the food pantry.
Your time is up. Your time is up.
No, go get your liquor.
Your time is up.
No, now you're mad. I'm just saying.
All right, your time up.
Okay.
All right, Emmanuel, come on. Emmanuel, come on. Go ahead, get your moment. This is one of y'all employees here that y'all did not pay. But go ahead. Go ahead, Emmanuel.
All I'm saying is this. I want you all to understand what's actually happening here. Because I feel like a lot of people don't understand what's actually happening here. So right now, you all have a lot of people who've done a lot of work for this township. No, let me show you how. Right now, I am an employee of the township. Before that, as media. Yes, ma'am. Okay, as media. So everyone understands. Trustees, I want the trustees to understand. As media, before media, I have my own business that we've been running successfully. The Thornton Township was supposed to be just a client. I was supposed to be just a contractor. So the money that I charged the township, I understand the township is very frugal when it comes to paying bills. So I charge way below market value for the services that I provided to the residents, not the trustees, not anything, to the residents. I'm literally showing you guys what your township offers you. This is not about a supervisor. This is not about other members of the administration. Right, time is short. Here we go. For the township, the trustees decided not to pay, but they are the reason. Correct.
Emmanuel, get it out. Don't
Yes.
go back and forth.
So I want you all to understand, if I work for the township and I'm showing you guys like what GA offers you, I'm showing you what Youth and Family Services is offering you. You are getting this not for free. You are already paid for it. You are already paid for these services. And instead of you are receiving those services, you're telling the trustees, don't give it to you. That's dumb. That's literally what's happening. You already paid for it. But the trustees are fooling you because they're telling you, oh, you all don't want it. We're spending all this money. You all are actually in a surplus. You all are already audited and they received an award for financial transparency. So what I'm saying is you all are literally, you are shooting yourselves in the foot. I wish that my mom lived in Thornton Township. My mom was in a car accident and my mom and my father passed away in an accident. My mom is very badly injured and she's handicapped, she's in a wheelchair. My mom needs groceries delivered to her, but we have to pay for those groceries. They're offering you all getting those groceries delivered to your house that you already pay for. You already received, not necessarily, but you already received these things, but you are telling the trustees don't want it. I don't want it. But you all have to understand, this township is full of thousands of people. There's people there who do want it, that need it. That's not fair to them. You all are shooting them. Give them a chance. Don't just take the them. Trustees, don't just take the chance away from them. You have other people besides who was in this room that you all are literally killing. I met a man who was cutting his own grass at 89. Cutting his own grass at 89. He was on the list in order to get his grass cut. But instead of them being able to pay the people to cut the grass of this man, he's out there. He's literally risking his life to cut his own grass because the township board of trustees decided not to pay the people to cut his grass that he paid for. So I'm saying it again, all I'm saying is you already paid for these services. Just get them. Why tell them I don't want the services, but you pay for it anyways?
Okay, Emmanuel Young, thank you so much. Thank you. All right, she's the last one, and then we're gonna adjourn right after.
I was on the list, but I didn't get up.
I know.
The negativity was a little bit too much for me. I'm one of those seniors that people talk about. And I've been attending these meetings for years. We have been attending these meetings. When Supervisor was in the position. And so many people who are here now and have walked out, I wanted them to hear me. Because we would come to meetings and there would be like 10 people there. And whatever he wanted done was done. And you talk about double dipping, he had 3 positions.
Only one pay.
Only one pay. I don't understand why. I mean, I just don't understand.
Only one pay.
And I am one of those seniors that some of you would like to radicalize. I mean, you want to say, we don't know anything. But I think I know a lot more than most of the people in here. Because you haven't been attending those meetings years ago. we have attended those meetings on a regular basis. And all of the things that you are talking about, he had a board where everybody voted yay. If you were around when Darlene Washington was here on the board, every time there was an activity, board members came. Not just supervisors. And we always had to wait an hour or 2 every time. Every time. So that's how I know most of you have been to any previous meeting. Because if you had, you would have known that. I am appalled at the atmosphere. I'm sorry. I am appalled. We talk so much, but we don't listen. Now, I don't know the supervisor the way some of you know her. I don't know what she has done wrong, but I know that she has some terrific employees. And to the board members, they should all be paid, because things that I have gone to, I mean, the employees are just fantastic. I have been to Big Bingo, but I didn't need a TV. So those people who did need it, got it. I didn't need it. It was fun. The music that she had playing was fun. The food that she had prepared was better. And the Mother's Day program was fantastic. And what I liked is she had young people. We had an etiquette class. And they were trained on how to serve. I have some fantastic pictures of those young people. You could order your meal. It wasn't buffet style. You didn't have to get in line. And the mothers there were thrilled. So I know the good side. I know the good side. I don't know that negative side. I'm sorry, I do not. There's some ugliness in here. May the good Lord bless and keep all of them. Because there's just too much, and I'm sorry that the other people walked out, because I don't know why they walked out. But I know one thing, this board needs to work together. There's some ugliness here. I don't want any ugliness. I want love. I don't know.
I've been struggling to keep in front of my mind what I've been taught all my life. And that is, love your neighbor as yourself and do unto others as we would have others do unto us. And there's very little of that I've seen here tonight. So I've had to struggle to keep myself under control because I was upset with some things, I learned some things, and it sounds like Tiffany Henyard is the scapegoat for a lot of things. And I want to ask her not to be broken by this.
I especially am concerned about the employees because the senior center, and I'm concerned because I invited 4 of my neighbors to come to this meeting. And one came, but he couldn't stand a long time, so he ended up having to leave. But I'm a person who is a community person. So therefore, I want all of you to come to everything, not just the negative things, everything, and see what's going on. I mean, really, because something's wrong here, and I'm not saying that anyone is perfect, but something is wrong here. Something is rotten in Denmark.
Okay, thank you so much for your comments. We appreciate you. I know you struggled to get up there, so thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming out. Again, if you want to hear anything about Thornton Township, tomorrow we will be in the same location. I would like to see a motion to adjourn. Is there a motion? Second, caller.
Trustee Jones? Trustee Gonzalez? Trustee Gray Everett? Trustee Carlisle? Supervisor Henry? Motion passed. 8:55.
My God. My goodness. Wow. Wow. For those who still here to watch the whole thing, I commend you. I would say if I wasn't YouTubing or live streaming, if I was a resident, I would have left a long time ago. I would have left. I would have said this is not. I would have left. If I had my grandparents, they were there, and I can see this, I would probably tell them, you should just go home. This was just insanity. It's not getting any better at all. Let's start from the beginning. Let's try to talk, just kind of walk through some of the stuff here that they're talking about. Okay, now that's not showing. What I got to put on top? Which one is it? Okay. So, yeah, what day is it? Yeah, I felt like I was sucked into a vortex. I had, at one point, I was starting to not only lose focus, but it was just like the constant anger and emotion. And this is not healthy. This is not healthy to even be in that kind of environment for longer than maybe a few minutes. But to be there for 3 hours, and then someone who had to be there earlier is crazy. But shout out to Reality Check TV for the stream. Shout out to Critical Smoker. I think Burgundy had a stream up. I think Jedi had a stream up. So appreciate those who are able to open this township meeting to the rest of the world, basically, right? And then Lansing Journal will come out with, which I guess probably a better quality. Hopefully we get a better sound through her. I think she's using a real camera. So for those who want to hang out with me and kind of, I don't know, decompress, let's go through a little bit of what happened in this meeting. Appreciate you guys. If you haven't liked the screen, please like it. Also, subscribe if you have. If you haven't, please subscribe. All that good stuff. Obviously, as well, if you have the opportunity to go check out Reality TV Chicago, look at his YouTube channel. Hit him with a donation button, because if it wasn't for him or any of these other people, we have no idea. We'd have to wait till tomorrow. So if you can, please do so. So let's get into this extremely bizarre, just a bizarre meeting. So this was dated, this is actually dated on the 4th of August. Just trying to figure out how much money is being spent frivolously or irresponsibly, right? Because Haynard has the reputation from Dalton is spending a lot of money irresponsibly, spending thousands of dollars on banners, Christmas lights. She likes to do things big, especially when it's not her money. She will do that, right? And the trustees are trying to rein in some of these issues. If you are a business, a government, your own household, everyone understands that inflation is out of control. Everyone understands that you have to tighten some of your budget, because at this point, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I noticed that we're probably heading into some kind of recession. So, right, so enough of the financial talk, but the budget needs to be, the fat needs to be cut a little bit. It happened in Dalton, and now we're dealing this with the township. So the guys at Edgar County, they were able to FOIA and realize the amount of things that she was spending for basically for her image, to keep people happy, to keep people continue to vote for her at this big bingo contest. So if you look at some of the stuff here, and actually let me jump in, throw out some shout outs. $10 super chat from Speed Limit Challenge. Appreciate that. I missed a credit card issue with Tiff. Can you explain what happened? I will. Don't worry about that, because that was out. That was wild. And Voice Reasons, just subscribe, $5 super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you. Appreciate all the support. So yeah, so right here, this is what the township has paid. This is a FOIA request. They sent this information that Tiffany Haynard and these giveaways are giving out T-shirts, underwear, about $10,000 in gift cards, $10,000 in a Christmas event, spending $40,000 in these bingo events, 30 TVs, 30 big screen, no, 30, I can't read, 50 big screen TVs, Roku and Vizio TVs, ranging between 50 to 65-inch versions. Then you have the $1,200 worth of luggage, and then also this Haynard giveaway that she threw out, $47,000 in gas to private vehicles. So this is what she used to curry favor. This is what she's currently using, so the people who will benefit from these items will vote for her. So is this what the township was made for? Was the township supposed to be helping? I think it's supposed to be helping people who are in some financial issues, not giving away stuff. Like, I don't know if that's the same. The people who won these items, did someone need another 55-inch TV? I think at this point, a lot of us have a lot of, big screen TVs are not expensive. So do people who actually need these things, they're more like prizes, they're bonuses, but should that money go somewhere else? So that's where we are at this point, right? Let me see if there's anything else that we can talk about. So the budget is a budget conflict, right? The township has been operating without a budget since April. And that's what Supervisor is emphasizing, the urgency to pass the budget, got to pass the budget. And she's saying that the trustees are delaying the process, arguing that they need more time to make necessary cuts and adjustments. Because at this point, the trustees believe that, no, there's not a surplus of tons of money to be thrown around and spending on concerts. That got rained out. But also, you know, who wants to go in that concert with this much chaos, this much, this environment of toxicness? I would not want my kids to go there. I wouldn't want my grandparents to go there in this environment, regardless if this was approved. No, and also it rained, so I mean that pretty much cleared up that situation. I guess the taste of Township, right? So the supervisor is accusing the trustees of kicking the can down the road, not fulfilling their duties, leading to a lot of frustration. And she needs to say these things. She needs to be able to articulate this for her political survival when she runs for supervisor next year or re-election or what have you. So another major point of contention is, again, the funding, trying to trim the fat. It's approval of the township's events and programs. The problem is with Hainiard is she does the zero-sum game, which this is a political maneuver. When you say, well, you know what, some of these events need to be cut. You know, some of them, like a little bit. She goes off the rails. Well, you're trying to take away everything. You're trying to take away all the things these essential things. And I don't think the trustees are necessarily saying that. They're not saying that. I feel like it's not just to eliminate these events, but to ensure proper financial oversight. So the supervisor can list all the community initiatives that she wants, right? That's been implemented with her leadership, even though I think a lot of these things were already in existence before. Food giveaways, educational programs, community events, a lot of that was already done. How many tastes of Township has there been? I think there's been over 20 something of them. Like every year they do it. So this is the back and forth. And again, I feel like there's a lot of that is just political that back and forth type of thing. And then obviously dealing with the employee payments, the supervisor is frustrated. Hainiard is saying, the board has not approved the payments for the staff, despite the fact that they've completed their work. This obviously is going to always lead to tension between the people who are working and not getting paid and the trustees that they believe are withholding payment and urging them to resolve this issue. Now, I saw a lot of people in the chat talking about, I guess, I don't know if giving the guy grief. I mean, yeah, he is for Hainiard, but if I worked somewhere, I want to get paid, right? You work somewhere, you want to get paid. And when you're not able to get paid due to things that's not under your control, you're going to get frustrated. Does that mean that now he's being used as a political football? Probably. But if I was working for someone, I was doing media, I was doing editing or whatever I was doing, I was getting paid, I'd be pissed off. I'll be upset. I probably would have quit by now, but I don't know the situation, his personal situation, what's going on. I would, this is kind of stupid, and try to get the rest of the money that I owed and go do something else. That would be my move, because I don't have a W-2. Like, I'm a 1099 employee. If I can't get paid after what I just do, like if I do a job, I don't get paid, I'm out, because I can't deal with that. But that's just me. So again, it's about the financial management, but the supervisor wants to push for immediate action on the budget, all these things, fast. And the trustees are being more cautious. They want more control and oversight before moving forward. And that is creating the significant divide. That is what Hainiard does not want. Because clearly, the way she was behaving, because of the credit card stuff, I'll be honest, I never saw her behave like that before. Like, it was like a desperate plea. I never really see her do that. I mean, put in the comments below if you ever saw her speak the way she was speaking when they tried to give her or assign her a credit card. I'd never seen that before. The way she reacted, it was very, very odd. I don't know. It was pretty odd the way she was talking about the credit card situation. Let me see if there's anything else that I could think of. So we talk about, obviously she put a lot of effort in explaining how the community programs are important, but it just raised more questions than answers. Again, if the trustees all right, if Hainiard really wants these programs to continue, she should do whatever it takes to get them to be continued. So if the trustees say we need more financial oversight, give them the financial oversight. Because without transparency, without the proper checks and balances, these programs are gonna risk becoming vehicles for basically to destroy the community rather than help the community. And Hainier's refusal to acknowledge that these concerns or try to work collaboratively with the trustees is a problem. It's on the problem. It was a problem before with obviously with Dalton is a problem here. I mean, the fact that it took 20 minutes into the meeting, maybe a half an hour before another trustee had a working mic. It's deliberate. It is deliberate. I've seen too many of these meetings. It's deliberate. Especially when Carmen decided to speak, you couldn't hear what she was saying. Then you couldn't hear what Chris Gonzalez was saying, but you always heard when Hainier speaks. Anytime the super mayor spoke, you heard what she had to say. So this is just a chaotic, terrible, like I just feel for the people who have to be here. Listen, I'm a fan of dark humor, and a lot of stuff is funny. But then after a while, especially you sit there for 3 hours and watch this unfold, it's depressing. It's not funny. I mean, yeah, her being who she is or whatever, but you realize like this is the life of people who have to deal with this every day. While most of us, I'm assuming most of us are in this chat who watch these videos, do not have to live there. Now, you may live in somewhere better or somewhere worse, but you're not in this situation. And you can tell how people are getting more and more frustrated. Abby with Ruckland, thank you for the membership. Appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. I mean, I know I see Jersey Chica say it's never been funny. Yeah, but you know, we are a society of reality TV, and it's not just started now. I mean, back in the 90s, you watch a lot of reality TV from Jenny Jones, Ricky Lake, and the talk shows, Girls Gone Wild. I think a lot of this got to this point where, yeah, we're watching this, and you wish that they could come to some kind of conclusion. And I believe it is happening. I think it is happening. It's just slower than I think a lot of people want. I think they would want something to happen tomorrow, but it's just not going to happen. And these issues, these problems are just frequently repeating itself in every meeting, regardless if you're talking about the Township or Dalton, under Hainier's watch. This is a clear indication of mismanagement. It's hard to escape that her priorities, I'm talking about the super mayor, are in the right place. It's just a little, again, it's embarrassing. So let's get into the, what do you call it? Let's get into the credit card talk. I can't believe she said this. I can't believe she literally was like, let me see. Where is that? Is that the clip? Hold on a second, guys. Let me show you. Let's show a little bit of what you and people already said in the chat. So, yo, hold on. Because I couldn't believe she said. I can't believe it. I still can't believe it. Hold on a second. All right. Oh, I messed up my own thing. All right. You know what? Let's put it right here. Actually, is it on LG? Is it on a thing? Hold on a second. Yeah. Let's just watch this for a second. Wait, no.
Didn't do this stuff. This is not me, y'all. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
Robert.
30 years of my career. Y'all trying to kill me. You're killing me, man. This is not about music. I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids. Fighting for my life. Me, y'all. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
All right. But I'm just saying. I mean, this is her life. This is her life, y'all. This is her life. How dare you give her a credit card with her name on it? How dare you, people? She's fighting for her life. I can't believe she did that. I can't believe she did that. I seriously, she's fighting for her life, y'all. She's losing it.
Life.
Well, I missed it.
This is not me, y'all. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
Robert.
30 years of my career. Y'all trying to kill me. You're killing me, man. This is not about music.
All right, sit down, Robert. Yeah, that's a good one. Sit down. That was weird. I mean, that was probably not the highlight, or the low light, how she reacted. So let's kind of get to the point here. The board approved, or the board, they wound up approving it, proposed an ordinance to establish rules around the use of township credit cards, aiming to regulate spending and introduce some safeguards, like, transparency and accountability. And Hanyard said, "You're trying to kill me." Well, she didn't say that, but strongly opposed the ordinance. She strongly opposed it, particularly with the inclusion of her name on the list of authorized users. She argued, as the supervisor, she does not do the day-to-day. She's not part of the Department of the budgets. She don't use credit cards. She has mentioned this in interviews. She says, I don't do anything with the credit cards. Like, I don't. So she objected, stating that the board failed to consult the staff who already handle the day-to-day operations, and she emphasized that the current spending limits were unrealistic and did not reflect the actual needs of the departments. And she just really, really just she was kind of like begging a little bit. And I like this comment from the official lady. This is my life, but she forgets about everyone else's life. I think so she has two jobs. She's the mayor of Dalton and she's supervisor of the township. If you are watching something on TV or on your phone or whatever on the internet, and Lori Lightfoot states that in the Dalton, administration, $40,000 were spent on Amazon. And you realize, well, this person is our supervisor over here in the township, and she's giving all that money to Jeff Bezos. This is our life. Maybe we need to rein it in on the spending here. And then before, a couple of days ago, there was 2 R&B acts that played with a very small amount of people, and those people had to get paid a lot of money. So I think as a trustee, you would look at this situation and you realize, you know what? This is probably not a good idea. Maybe we need to rein it in a little bit. And she just, Hangner just was losing it. I agree with Erica B. She was begging. But the problem is she mixed too many different things. She mixed the Dalton stuff with the township stuff. Why Del Goldo is being in both situations? How's he representing both? I mean, he represents a lot of places, obviously, but these ongoing legal issues is affecting her and the township. It's a conflict of interest, but she doesn't believe that. She dismisses it. She don't think she thinks the firm is capable of representing multiple parties without compromising the township's legal standing, and I don't believe that. I don't think that's true. 1999 from Aaron. Appreciate you. Thank you for the super sticker. I think I missed one more. Hold on a second. I think we saw it. Hold on. Oh, the voice of reason for $5. What about the speaker who played the recording? Someone's going to jail. That was great. I mean, that did make me laugh. But yeah, she just outright rejected the credit card ordinance. Am I pronouncing that right? Ordinance. And she was like, please remove my name. Remove my name. It's problematic. I can't do it. I'm not supposed to have my name on anything. Because that's what she's going to use for her defense. Whenever the feds hit, she'll say, listen, my name was not on any of these credit cards. Me personally didn't spend anything. That's the village administrator Keith Freeman, go after him. I don't know what's going on. I'm not responsible for the day-to-day. I don't know what's happening with the money. I don't know anything. I just show up and I talk a lot and that's it. That seems like that's going to be her defense. But the problem is, as a supervisor, right, township supervisor, she has a responsibility to ensure that all the financial operations are conducted transparently and within the bounds of fiscal responsibility, right? Not spending a lot of money on Jay Holiday, Kiki Wyatt. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't know any Kiki Wyatt songs. And I know Jay Holiday's song is that one song, Bed. But how much money did he had to pay for that? Is that responsible? Maybe they're not that big a deal, so maybe it wasn't that expensive. But yes, plausible deniability, perfect word, Morris, G. Morris. She's like, well, if my name is not on these things, I don't email, because Keith Freeman mentioned that in deposition. She does not email. Is that because of her education problems? Maybe, but it's also no trail of her doing anything. I mean, she got in trouble when she signed for that Tahoe, but if she's not putting her name on stuff, there's no emails coming back to her about what's being spent and what isn't, she can just back up and say, I have no idea what's happening. I guess they were doing a lot of things and I wasn't privy to it. So the opposition to this law, it bothers her because now she can't distance herself, because that's what she's doing. She's designing a desire to distance herself for potential scrutiny from the feds. But the problem is with that, it raised a lot of red flags about her commitment to being a government that is being transparent. Why you can't have a credit card with your name? Why you can't have that responsibility? I mean, right? Like, Hainier's argument that department heads should handle all budgetary responsibilities without her oversight. But that's flawed. You need to look at this stuff. You don't want people just spending a whole bunch of money underneath your watch, because you're still the supervisor. So yes, it's true that department heads should manage daily operations, but the supervisor must provide guidance. That's what a supervisor, it's in the word, supervise, right? To ensure that all budgeting and all spending aligns with the township's overall financial strategy. And by her refusing to be in this process, Hainier is just appearing to escape her duties. And that could lead to unchecked spending, potential mismanagement. Oh, I can't touch this. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know where the money's going. I don't know who's, and I don't want my name on a credit card. I'll tell you this, if your name is on a credit card, you would make sure that credit card is being spent responsibly, wouldn't you, right? The one time that I had, I was a manager and I had a company credit card. I made sure that card was in a good, safe location, because my name is on it. And it's not necessarily my money, but my name is on that credit card. And I will not allow someone else to grab that credit card without me telling them what to do and bringing a receipt, because I'm not going to be responsible for that. So like, there's certain things you do when you have that kind of responsibility. Ryan says a forensic audit does need to be needed. Clearly, because we need to figure out exactly a few things. Is the township in a surplus? There was some other things that needed to be, that was talked about, and there's so much that I have to kind of go back and to check that some of the public comments were talking about in terms of how much money does she gets to spend per check. Like, can she write $3,000 a check anytime she wants to without any kind of oversight? And I think Dalton could be $5,000. Those things, I think those are concerns that I think we needed to take a look at, especially if you live there. Me, yes, I'm trying to make sure I can get everything as accurate as possible. But if you are living in the township, and if you're living in Dalton, you should take everything and research it. Even the people you don't like, even the people that are saying things that you don't appreciate, if they said it, look it up and see if it's true. What would it hurt? At least when they say it again, you can say, well, I looked this up, it wasn't true. But if they say it, remove the emotion, remove the anger. Who cares what they look like or what they're saying? Look it up. right? So there's a lot that was going in some of the public comments that if I was a resident, I would watch that, write some things down, do the FOIA thing. I know one person was looking at or asking how much money these people earn. There's a website called Open the Books. There's places where you could find this information. Yeah, it's kind of boring, but I think if you're there and you're voting and you really care about what's going on, you need to research everything. And I mean that, everything. And yeah, going back to the legal representation, things it's just too much it's too much incest in this situation. You know, law firm shouldn't be representing so many different things with your stamp of approval. And I'm talking about the super mayor. It just introduced divided loyalties and raises questions about, again, what is the best interest of the township? Are those priorities actually being met? When you have the history of Doug Aldo and his connection with the Speaker of the House, Chris Welsh, and I think Michael Madigan that had issues with corruption. All these people are connected to Kwame Wawol, the Attorney General. It's a reason why these people are not speaking about this. J.B. Prisker said maybe he's probably spent like a minute talking about this weeks ago. That's why, as much as Dalton residents and Township residents are going in, flooding the social media accounts of Kwame Wawol, they're just hiding them and they're just turning off the comments. He is not going to speak about this. I'm sure they were told we're not going to talk about this. The only thing that I think they did was throw, I guess, the people who are upset about this a bone by saying, well, the comptroller, go ahead. You can, freeze the offset funds. That should keep them happy. But other than that, we ain't talking about that because the DNC is here. We got to make sure that every Democrat is on the same page. We got to beat Trump and blah, 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 blah. Except what's going on in this situation, how embarrassing this situation is. You can see these meetings. You can see what's going on online, and you don't have more to say. It don't have to be necessary this week because of the DNC, but other meetings, you can't just maybe even show up. I don't know. I do think, and I don't know this for sure, they talked to her about it, and she doesn't listen. She's going to do what she wants to do. That's my just thought. I have no idea. I'm just throwing it out there that I'm sure some representatives have came in and say, can you clean this up? What are you doing? And she is going to just keep doing what she wants to do. And I don't know what other issue or situation that could stop them from speaking other than to say, this is an FBI investigation. We don't have anything to say about that right now. But this is just out of hand. I know it's not a lot of people. This is not Chicago. It's not like, hundreds of thousands of people. This is not a major place, but a lot of people know Dalton. They know about the township. They know about this story, and they're not putting enough to show that they care. Like, hey, we hear you. Just say, you know what? We really hear you, and this is a high concern for us, and we'll look into it. Except these small little gestures, it's just not helping the situation. None of your business says it's obvious she is protected. Yeah, Lee Hamilton says Doug Aldo has a lot of political clout. We say these things, and they could prove us wrong by just doing something more, and they don't want to. Kind of shows, if they're not going to say anything about it, maybe it's true. I think Hainiard right now, the supervisor, the super mayor, does not want to collaborate, does not want to work with other trustees. These are very critical issues. They need to get the budget going. This is a fractured relationship. I say the same thing about Dalton. For the residents, next year can't come fast enough. Until the feds do something, or at this point, the state basically washed their hands. They don't care. If they did, they would do something. They don't care. The feds got to do something, or next year you guys have to, go to the polls and figure it out amongst yourselves. What else can we really say about this situation? I would say that I think the feds are moving really slowly. The indictments on Freeman and Lacey are big deals. Very, very big deals. It's the strategy. Even Lacey's lawyer mentioned it. It's to grab the small guys to get the big guy. Will Lacey just stand on business and don't snitch and just go through the motions? Because it looks like I don't know how he's going to beat this bankruptcy charge. And federal prison is you got to complete a lot of that time. You're not getting out early. And if they say, you know what, we'll let you pass with this bankruptcy nonsense, but you got to tell us what's going on with Hanier and kind of explain what the things that she did wrong. Same thing with Freeman. Freeman, I think this point is, she knows that's why she wants to fire him. And that's why I have this all big back and forth of what's going on. He's definitely probably talking to the feds. And I think her protection is, well, you know what? My name is not on anything. That's it. My name is on nothing. I don't mess with the credit cards. So even if I am overspending and spending ridiculous amount of money on these banners, these pamphlets with my name on them, these trips, all these things, well, my name, it's Freeman that has his name on a bunch of these things. It's not mine. So I think at this point, with the trustees, I guess on both sides, they're trying to prevent potential financial issues and crises that could have devastating effects on the township. But in Hanier's perspective, everything is great. It's a surplus. They're just cutting out everything that you seniors, you people at the township need. They're just cutting it. They're vicious, angry people. The problem is like that back and forth stuff. It's going to happen in every meeting. I don't really know more that could come from it in terms of, a forensic audit. We need to know what's going on with the money. And I'm talking about the township. But other than that, the way, the back and forth in the meeting, the yelling out, cursing each other out, like that to me, like I said, if I didn't have to stream it, if I was there, I would have left early. If I was working, clearly doing, content, you're filming, then I would have to stay. But if I was just a citizen, just sitting there, and it's a Tuesday evening, and it's getting late, I have to go to work tomorrow, and I don't know if you guys have school starting over here. Not, it didn't happen yet in New York City, and I gotta get up early and take my kid to school. I'm going home. I'm going home. What else is there to talk about? Other than now, it's just, the back and forth, which you've already seen in many of these meetings. Let me see what ordinances was actually, I'm trying to remember, which ones were approved? Let me see if I look. So the credit card use, that was passed. I think they're going to kick the can down the road with the budget, right? But the credit card use was definitely passed, and she is really, really mad about that. Please, why you have my name on the card? Why are you doing this? This is my life. I can't believe she said that. This is my life. This has been your life. You've been doing this the whole time. Like that really bothered her. And I've never seen her beg. I've never seen her. She always at least have this facade of kind of in control. She's a little nasty. She'll sneak this. She'll do what she has to do, and she'll talk over you. But I never saw her behave that way. That was quite something. So, thank you, Paul Roberts, for that. The median age for a township is 60, and that's her strategy to get reelected. Spend a lot of money on giveaways. Bingo is a big deal with the seniors. I guess when I get a little older, I would care. I don't know. Hopefully, when I get that age, I'll just play a lot of video games and not necessarily bingo. But I know gambling and bingo is a big deal. But I think that's her strategy. I think she thinks that a lot of people who are probably older are not checking out a lot of content, probably not watching too much news. And she thinks, well, if I could just, this is a strategy. If I could show that trustees don't care and they're not paying people, and I can show that I'm really, really caring, and I can give you a 65-inch TV, and I can throw out a lot of events and really focus on all those events, because that's her bread and butter. I'll help you with your, technology. I can help you with this. I can help you with that. I can help you with all types of things, grass cut, all those things that when it's time for them to vote, they're going to vote for Tiffany Hayward, unless she's not here. I don't know. Other than that, what do you guys think? Anything else? Am I missing anything else? Trying to think. Yeah, Tag, that was a beg. And I've never seen her do that. I'm sure she may do that behind closed doors, but I've never seen her beg like that. Like I was like, damn, toughen up. You saw it. You knew they're going to approve it, right? Like at this point, the rubber stamp vote that she had a year ago is gone. You got Trustee Jones and Carlisle is kind of coming along with Gonzalez. They are realizing that this is a problem and we need to rein her in. And she is fighting tooth and nail. She's like a toddler. She doesn't want this to happen. But there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of things to research, to be honest. To some of the stuff that some of the people said, especially those in the comment section, I think I'll probably have to spend some time to look some of this stuff up to, why this is going on, but this is going on. Like that's a concern. If I was a resident, I would be concerned. Like, okay, so let's get the transparency fully, everybody. What is going on here? What's going on there? Why this is happening here? What's not happening here? So on that note, guys, I appreciate you guys for coming along and spending a few hours with me. It was longer than I thought I was going to be doing this. Thank you for helping me out with some of the bingo card. I got to figure out a really good placement, because I know most of you guys either watching this on your phone and you don't want the bingo card to be so big, and then I got my faces in there. So I got to figure all that out for the next time we decide to do this. But appreciate you guys for coming through. Please hit the pinned link, the petition to rename the ice rink. If you haven't, appreciate you for doing that. Also, and I'll put the link to Reality Show TV's stream. Much appreciation, much love to him for bringing us to the Township meeting. Is extremely important. If it wasn't for us, or it wasn't from him, we wouldn't be there. We wouldn't be there. And actually, let me throw out Sherry's comment before we leave. She was begging because she can't blame anyone but herself for the purchases. I've never seen, that's, I'm going to recut this, but that was fascinating. I may spend the whole time talking about that. That was fascinating, the way she buckled. Like, I'd never seen that before. I think I've watched a lot of the videos, and she'd never come across like that, not publicly. And it didn't matter. People were yelling and laughing and doing all that stuff. And she was like, please. Like, it was crazy. But on that note, guys, appreciate you guys for coming through. And enjoy the rest of your night. And I'll see you